How to Control Your Emotions and Discipline Your Mind, written by Peter A. Soul, published by Audiobooks, LOA. Introduction. Have you ever felt like your emotions were a runaway train, pulling you in directions you didn't want to go? Do you struggle to stay focused, constantly battling distractions and procrastination, feeling like your mind is a chaotic battlefield instead of a well-oiled machine? If so, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle daily with controlling their emotions and disciplining their minds, leading to stress, frustration, unfulfilled potential, and strained relationships. The good news is that you have the power to change this. Emotional mastery and mental fortitude aren't innate gifts reserved for a select few. They are skills that can be learned, practiced, and honed just like any other. This book is your practical, step-by-step guide to taking control of your inner world. Inside these pages, you won't find vague platitudes or empty promises. Instead, you'll discover a comprehensive toolkit of proven techniques based on scientific research and real-world experience to help you understand the root causes of your emotional reactions. Identify and manage your triggers before they hijack your behavior. Develop powerful mindfulness and cognitive reframing strategies. Build unshakable emotional resilience to bounce back from setbacks. Cultivate laser-like focus and unwavering mental discipline. Transform your habits to support lasting positive change. This isn't just about feeling better, it's about living better. By mastering your emotions and disciplining your mind, you'll unlock your full potential, achieve your goals, build stronger relationships, and experience a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Your journey to emotional mastery and mental fortitude starts now. We noticed that 73% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Now let's begin. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Emotional Control. What are emotions? Emotions. We all have them. They're the vibrant colors of our inner landscape, ranging from the bright joy of a sunny day to the somber gray of disappointment. But have you ever stopped to consider what emotions actually are? They're more than just fleeting feelings. They're complex, powerful forces that shape our thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately, our lives. At their core, emotions are psychophysiological experiences. That's a fancy way of saying they involve both our minds, psycho, and our bodies, physiological. When you experience an emotion, it triggers a cascade of events. Cognitive appraisal. Your brain interprets a situation or event. This interpretation is often instantaneous and subconscious. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, your brain might appraise this as unfair or dangerous. Physiological response. Your body reacts. Your heart rate might increase. Your breathing might become shallow, and you might feel a surge of adrenaline. This is your body preparing for action. The fight or flight response, for example. Subjective feeling. You become consciously aware of the emotion. You label it as anger, fear, sadness, or joy. Behavioral tendency. You feel an urge to act in a certain way. Anger might make you want to yell, while fear might make you want to run away. This entire process happens incredibly quickly, often before we're even fully aware of it. Understanding this process is the first crucial step in learning to control your emotions. The purpose of emotions. Emotions aren't just random occurrences. They serve a vital purpose. They evolved to help us survive and thrive. Think of them as a sophisticated internal guidance system. Survival. Fear alerts us to danger, prompting us to take protective action. Anger can motivate us to defend ourselves or our loved ones. Social connection. Emotions like love, joy, and empathy help us form bonds with others, crucial for our well-being and survival as social creatures. Decision-making. Emotions provide valuable information about what we value and what's important to us. They can guide us towards choices that align with our needs and goals. Motivation. Emotions like excitement and hope can drive us to pursue our goals and overcome challenges. Communication. Emotions are communicated through facial expressions, body language and tone of voice, allowing us to understand and connect with others. However, while emotions are useful, they're not always accurate or helpful. Sometimes our emotional responses are disproportionate to the situation based on past experiences or triggered by unhelpful thought patterns. This is where emotional control becomes essential. The science of emotions, basic overview. Without getting too bogged down in complex neuroscience, it's helpful to understand a few key brain areas involved in emotional processing. Amygdala. Often called the emotional center of the brain, the amygdala plays a crucial role in processing fear and other intense emotions. It's responsible for triggering that rapid fight-or-flight response, prefrontal cortex, PFC. This is the thinking part of the brain, responsible for higher-level cognitive functions like reasoning, planning, and decision-making. The PFC plays a vital role in regulating emotions, helping us to manage our responses and make more rational choices. Hippocampus. This area is involved in forming and retrieving memories. Past experiences, especially emotionally charged ones, can significantly influence our current emotional reactions. The interplay between these brain areas and others is incredibly complex. The key takeaway is that emotions are not just feelings that happen to us. They are the result of intricate brain processes that we can learn to influence. Emotional intelligence, EQ, emotional intelligence, often abbreviated as EQ, is the ability to perceive emotions, recognize emotions in yourself and others, understand emotions, comprehend the meaning and causes of emotions, use emotions, utilize emotions to facilitate thinking and decision-making, manage emotions, regulate your own emotions and respond effectively to the emotions of others. High EQ is strongly linked to success in various aspects of life, including relationships, career, and overall well-being. It's a crucial component of disciplining your mind and controlling your emotions. The good news is that EQ, unlike IQ, is not fixed. It's a set of skills that can be developed and improved through practice. The benefits of emotional control. Why is emotional control so important? The benefits are far-reaching. Improved relationships, better communication, empathy, and conflict resolution. Increased productivity, reduced stress, improved focus, and better decision-making, enhanced well-being, greater emotional stability, reduced anxiety and depression, and increased happiness, better physical health, reduced stress hormones, improved immune function, and lower risk of chronic diseases. Greater resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and cope with adversity. Increased self-awareness, a deeper understanding of yourself, your values, and your goals. Improved leadership skills, the ability to inspire and motivate others, manage conflict, and create a positive work environment. Emotional control is not about suppressing or denying your emotions. It's about understanding them, managing your reactions to them, and choosing how you want to respond. It's about harnessing the power of your emotions to live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Action. Steps. Start an emotion journal. For 1 week, write down each day the strongest emotion you felt, what triggered it, and how you responded. This will help you identify your patterns. Practice mindful breathing. Take 5 minutes each day to focus on your breath. Simply observe the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This is a simple but powerful way to calm your mind and body. Reflect on a recent emotional experience. Think about a time you felt a strong emotion. Analyze it using the 4 steps of emotional processing: cognitive appraisal, physiological response, subjective feeling, behavioral tendency. This chapter has laid the groundwork. In the following chapters, we'll delve into specific techniques and strategies to help you master your emotions and build a disciplined mind. You're embarking on a journey of self-discovery and transformation, and it all starts with understanding the power of your emotions. Chapter 2. Identifying your emotional triggers. The key to taking control. Imagine this. You're having a perfectly pleasant day. The sun is shining, your to-do list is shrinking, and you're feeling optimistic. Then bam, something happens. Maybe it's a critical comment from a colleague, a frustrating traffic jam, or even just a seemingly innocuous social media post. Suddenly, your mood plummets. You're overwhelmed by anger, sadness, anxiety, or a wave of other intense emotions. What just happened? You've been triggered. Understanding your emotional triggers is the crucial first step in learning to control your emotions. It's like being a detective, investigating your own inner world. Until you know what sets you off, you're essentially flying, blind, reacting to situations without understanding the underlying causes. This chapter will give you the tools to become that emotional detective, empowering you to anticipate, manage, and even prevent those overwhelming emotional responses. What are emotional triggers? An emotional trigger is anything: a person, place, situation, thought, or even a physical sensation that sparks a strong, often disproportionate, emotional reaction. It's important to understand that triggers are personal. What sends one person into a tailspin might barely register for someone else. This is because our triggers are deeply connected to our past experiences, beliefs, and unresolved issues. Think of it like this. Imagine you had a difficult childhood experience where you were constantly criticized. As an adult, even constructive feedback might trigger feelings of inadequacy, shame, or anger, even if the feedback is delivered kindly. The current situation, the feedback, is activating a much older, deeper emotional wound. Common emotional triggers, internal and external. Emotional triggers can be broadly categorized as internal or external. External triggers. These are things outside of yourself that provoke a reaction. Some common examples include people, specific individuals, a demanding boss, a critical family member, or types of people, those who are aggressive, dismissive, or condescending. Places, locations associated with negative memories or experiences. A former workplace, a hospital. Situations, specific events or circumstances, public speaking, financial difficulties, relationship conflicts, deadlines. Sensory input, certain sights, sounds, smells, tastes, or textures, a particular song, a crowded room, the smell of a certain food. Social media, posts, comments, or online interactions that evoke negative emotions. Internal triggers. These originate within your own thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. Examples include thoughts, negative self-talk, worries, memories, or catastrophic thinking. I'm going to fail. No one likes me. This is going to be a disaster. Feelings. Underlying emotions like loneliness, sadness, or fear that amplify your reaction to external events. Physical sensations, pain, fatigue, hunger, or hormonal fluctuations can make you more susceptible to emotional triggers. Memories, recalling past traumas or difficult experiences. Belief, I am not worthy. Keeping an emotion journal, your trigger tracking tool The most effective way to identify your personal triggers is to keep an emotion journal. This isn't about writing lengthy essays, it's about creating a record of your emotional experiences to spot patterns. Here's how to do it. Choose your format. You can use a physical notebook, a notes app on your phone, a spreadsheet, or any method that works for you. Record the essentials. For each significant emotional shift, note down date and time. When did the emotion occur? Situation, what was happening before you felt the emotion? Be specific. Emotion, what did you feel? Use specific emotion words, e.g., frustrated, anxious, humiliated rather than just bad. Intensity, rate the intensity of the emotion on a scale of 1-10, 1 being mild, 10 being overwhelming. Thoughts, what thoughts were going through your mind before and during the emotional response? Physical sensations. Did you experience any physical changes, e.g., racing heart, tight chest, headache? Your response. How did you react to the emotion? What did you do or say? Possible triggers. Take an initial guess the trigger. Review regularly. After a week or two, review your journal entries. Look for patterns. Do certain situations, people, or thoughts consistently precede strong emotional reactions? Are there recurring themes? Recognizing your patterns. Connecting the dots. As you review your emotion journal, you'll start to see connections. You might notice that you consistently feel anxious before meetings with your boss. You become irritable when you're hungry or tired. Criticism, even if constructive, triggers feelings of shame. Certain topics of conversation consistently lead to arguments with your partner. Social media comparisons leave you feeling inadequate. These patterns are your clues. They reveal the specific triggers that are impacting your emotional well-being. The power of self-awareness, the foundation of change. Identifying your triggers is not about blaming others or dwelling on the past. It's about gaining self-awareness. It's about understanding why you react the way you do. This self-awareness is the foundation for developing emotional intelligence and taking control of your emotional responses. Once you know your triggers, you can anticipate. You can predict situations that are likely to be challenging and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. Avoid when possible. If a trigger is consistently harmful and avoidable, you can choose to limit your exposure to it, e.g., unfollowing certain social media accounts. Manage. You can develop strategies to manage your reactions when you encounter unavoidable triggers, e.g., using deep breathing techniques, cognitive, reframing. Heal. By understanding the root causes of your triggers, you can begin to address the underlying issues and heal from past wounds. Action. Steps. Start your emotion journal. Begin recording your emotional experiences today. Even a few entries per day can provide valuable insights. Review your journal. After 1 week, look for patterns and identify at least 3 potential triggers. Practice. Mindful observation. Throughout the week, pay attention to your emotions as they arise. Notice the situations, thoughts, and sensations that precede them. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. This is a process of discovery. It takes time and effort to understand your emotional landscape. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of mindfulness as a tool for managing your emotions and responding to triggers with greater awareness and control. We'll delve into practical techniques you can use to calm your mind and regulate your emotional responses, even in challenging situations. Chapter 3. Mindfulness. The key to emotional regulation. Imagine a raging river, its currents swirling with debris and turbulent waters. That river is your mind, and the debris represents your thoughts and emotions, anxieties about the future, regrets about the past, frustrations about the present. Without a way to manage the flow, you're swept away, tossed and turned by the relentless current. Mindfulness is like building a dam on that river, not to stop the flow entirely, but to regulate it, to create a space of calm and clarity amidst the chaos. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness, at its core, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment as they are, without getting caught up in them or labeling them as good or bad. It's a shift from doing to being, from reacting automatically to responding consciously. Think of it like watching clouds drift across the sky. You notice their shapes, their colors, their movement, but you don't try to control them or judge them. You simply observe. Mindfulness applies this same principle to your inner experience, the benefits of mindfulness for emotional control. Why is this simple act of present moment awareness so powerful for emotional regulation? Here's how it works. Increased self-awareness. Mindfulness cultivates a heightened awareness of your internal state. You become more attuned to the subtle shifts in your emotions, noticing them as they arise, rather than being blindsided by them. This early detection system allows you to intervene before an emotion escalates out of control. Reduced reactivity. By observing your emotions without judgment, you create space between the feeling and your reaction. You're no longer swept away by the immediate urge to lash out, shut down, or engage in unhealthy coping mechanisms. You gain the ability to choose your response. Emotional regulation. Mindfulness helps you develop the skill of surfing your emotions. You learn to ride the waves of intense feelings, understanding that they are temporary and will eventually pass. This reduces the fear and overwhelm often associated with difficult emotions. Stress reduction. Mindfulness has been scientifically proven to reduce stress hormones like cortisol. By calming the nervous system, it helps you manage the physical and emotional symptoms of stress, creating a greater sense of inner peace. Improved focus and concentration. A wandering mind is often an emotionally turbulent mind. Mindfulness trains your attention, helping you stay present and focused, reducing the likelihood of getting caught up in rumination or worry. Basic mindfulness techniques. You don't need to become a monk or spend hours meditating to reap the benefits of mindfulness. Here are a few simple techniques you can start practicing today. Mindful breathing. This is the foundation of many mindfulness practices. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Close your eyes gently or keep them softly focused on a point in front of you. Bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Don't judge yourself for getting distracted. It's a natural part of the process. Start with 5 to 10 minutes and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Body scan. This technique helps you connect with your body and become more aware of physical sensations, which are often closely linked to emotions. Lie down on your back with your arms at your sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Bring your attention to your toes. Notice any sensations you feel, tingling, warmth, coolness, pressure, etc. Slowly move your attention up your body, part by part. Feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips, and so on, all the way to the top of your head. Simply observe the sensations without judging them or trying to change them. If you notice any tension or discomfort, gently breathe into that area, imagining the tension melting away with each exhale. Mindful observation. This can be practiced anywhere, anytime. Choose an object or activity to focus on, A flower, a cup of tea, washing dishes, walking, etc. Engage all your senses. Notice the colors, shapes, textures, smells, sounds, and tastes. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to the object or activity. Practice this for a few minutes at a time, gradually increasing your ability to stay present. Mindful. Observation of emotions. When you want to observe your emotions, notice the feeling. Is it sadness, fear, joy, or anger? Locate where you feel it in your body. Breath into that location. Observe the sensations without judgment. Allow the emotion to be there without trying to fix it. Name the emotion if that helps you. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. The key to making mindfulness a habit is to integrate it into your daily routine. Here are a few ideas. Mindful moments. Take a few mindful breaths before starting your day, during your commute, or before a meeting. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Eat slowly and without distractions. Mindful walking. Notice the sensations of your feet on the ground, the air on your skin, and the sights and sounds around you. Mindful listening. When talking to someone, give them your full attention. Listen without interrupting or judging. Mindful chores. Even mundane tasks like washing dishes or folding laundry can become opportunities for mindfulness. Action. Steps. Practice one of the mindfulness techniques: breathing, body scan, or observation. For at least 5 minutes each day this week, identify 1 or 2 daily activities that you can practice mindfully, e.g., eating, walking, showering. When you notice yourself feeling overwhelmed by an emotion, take a few mindful breaths and observe the feeling without judgment. Consider using a mindfulness app, e.g., Headspace, Calm, Insight Timer, to guide your practice. Be patient with yourself. Mindfulness is a skill that takes time and practice to develop. Mindfulness is not a quick fix, but it's a powerful tool that can transform your relationship with your emotions. By cultivating present moment awareness, you can learn to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater calm, clarity, and resilience. It's the foundation upon which you can build a more emotionally intelligent and disciplined life. The journey begins with a single, mindful breath. Chapter 4. Cognitive Reframing. Changing your thoughts, changing your emotions. Have you ever noticed how your thoughts directly impact how you feel? A single negative thought, "I'm going to fail this presentation," can trigger a cascade of anxiety, self-doubt, and even physical symptoms like a racing heart. Conversely, a positive thought, "I've prepared well and I'm ready to share my ideas," can instill confidence and calm. This powerful connection between thoughts and emotions is the foundation of cognitive reframing, a core technique for achieving emotional control and building a disciplined mind. This chapter will teach you how to harness the power of cognitive reframing to transform your emotional responses. You'll learn to identify and challenge negative thought patterns, develop more realistic and positive perspectives, and ultimately gain greater mastery over your inner world. This is a crucial step in your journey to discipline your mind and control your emotions. The connection between thoughts and emotions. Our brains are constantly interpreting the world around us. These interpretations, or cognitive appraisals, shape our emotional responses. It's not the event itself that causes the emotion, but rather our interpretation of the event. Consider this example. Event. You receive constructive criticism on a project at work. Negative interpretation. My boss thinks I'm incompetent. I'm going to get fired. This leads to feelings of anxiety, shame, and fear. So this positive interpretation. My boss is giving me feedback to help me improve. This is an opportunity to learn and grow. This leads to feelings of motivation, curiosity, and even gratitude. As you can see, the same event can trigger completely different emotional responses depending on how you think about it. This is the power of cognitive appraisal, and it's the key to understanding cognitive reframing. Identifying negative thought patterns. The first step in cognitive reframing is to become aware of your negative thought patterns. These are often automatic and habitual, lurking beneath the surface of your conscious awareness. Here are some common negative thought patterns, often called cognitive distortions, that can sabotage your emotional control. All or nothing thinking. Viewing situations in black and white terms, e.g., if I'm not perfect, I'm a failure. Overgeneralization, drawing a broad conclusion based on a single event, e.g., I messed up this presentation, so I'm bad at public speaking. Mental filter, focusing only on the negative aspects of a situation and ignoring the positive, e.g., dwelling on one negative comment and ignoring 10 positive ones. Disqualifying the positive, rejecting positive experiences or accomplishments, e.g., I just got lucky. It doesn't mean I'm good at this. Jumping to conclusions, making negative interpretations without sufficient evidence, e.g., my friend didn't text me back, so they must be mad at me. Magnification and minimization, exaggerating the importance of negative events and minimizing the importance of positive ones. Emotional reasoning, believing that your feelings are evidence of reality, e.g., I feel stupid, so I must be stupid. Should statements, using should, must, or ought to statements that create unrealistic expectations and lead to guilt and shame, e.g., I should be able to handle this without feeling stressed. Labeling, assigning negative labels to yourself or others, e.g., I'm a loser, they're a jerk. Personalization, blaming yourself. Keep a thought journal for a week, jotting down your thoughts and the associated emotions. This will help you identify your recurring negative thought patterns. Use the emotional journal started on Chapter 2, Challenging Negative Thoughts. Once you've identified a negative thought, the next step is to challenge its validity. Ask yourself these questions. Is this thought based on facts or feelings? What evidence supports this thought? What evidence contradicts this thought? Is there another way to look at this situation? What would I tell a friend who was thinking this way? Am I falling into any of the cognitive distortions listed above? What's the worst that could happen? How likely is that? How could I cope? What's the best that could happen? What's the most realistic outcome? This process of questioning your thoughts helps you to see them more objectively and to recognize when they are distorted or unhelpful. Developing positive and realistic thinking. Cognitive reframing isn't about replacing negative thoughts with unrealistic positive ones. It's about developing a more balanced and realistic perspective. Instead of striving for overly optimistic thinking, aim for accurate and helpful thinking. Here are some examples of reframing negative thoughts. Negative thought. Reframed thought. I'm going to fail this test. I've studied hard, and I'll do my best. Even if I don't get a perfect score, I can learn from the experience. My friend didn't call me back. They must be mad at me. My friend might be busy. I'll reach out again later. It's possible they have a lot going on, and it has nothing to do with me. I'm a complete failure. I've made some mistakes, but I've also had successes. I'm learning and growing, and I'm capable of achieving my goals. I should be able to handle this without feeling stressed. It's normal to feel stressed in challenging situations. I can use stress management techniques to cope, and I don't have to be perfect. Cognitive reframing techniques, the ABC model. A helpful technique for practicing cognitive reframing is the ABC model, developed by psychologist Albert Ellis. A. Activating event. Describe the situation that triggered the negative thought. B. Belief. Identify the negative thought or belief you had about the event. Consequence. Describe the emotional and behavioral consequences of your belief. D. Dispute. Challenge the negative belief using the questions listed above. E. Effective new belief. Develop a more realistic and helpful belief. Further action. What action will you take? Example A. I gave a presentation at work and I stumbled over my words a few times. B. I'm a terrible public speaker. Everyone probably thinks I'm incompetent. C. I felt anxious, embarrassed, and discouraged. I avoided talking to my colleagues afterward. D. Is it really true that I'm a terrible public speaker? I've given presentations before that went well. Stumbling over my words a few times doesn't mean I'm incompetent. It's normal to be nervous when speaking in public. What would I tell a friend? E. I'm still learning to be a more confident public speaker. I stumbled a bit, but overall I got my message across. I can practice more and learn from this experience. F. I'm going to make video of me to practice my speech and watch it so I can improve my speech. Practice and consistency. Cognitive reframing is a skill that takes practice. The more you practice identifying, challenging and reframing your negative thoughts, the more automatic it will become. Be patient with yourself and don't get discouraged if you slip back into old patterns. Just gently redirect your attention back to your thoughts and continue practicing. Consistent effort is key to building a disciplined mind and achieving lasting emotional control. Actionable steps and takeaways. Continue thought journaling. Keep track of your thoughts and emotions, paying attention to recurring negative patterns. Practice. Challenging. Use the questions provided to challenge the validity of your negative thoughts. Use the ABC model. Apply the ABC model to specific situations to practice cognitive reframing. Be patient and persistent. Remember that cognitive reframing is a skill that takes time and practice. Focus on realistic, not just positive. Aim for balanced and accurate thinking, not overly optimistic thinking. Download a cognitive distortions cheat sheet. By consistently practicing cognitive reframing, you'll develop a powerful tool for managing your emotions, building resilience, and achieving your goals. This is a fundamental step towards mastering your inner world and living a more fulfilling life. This is a key component of developing both emotional intelligence and mental toughness. Chapter 5. Building emotional resilience. Bouncing back from setbacks. Life throws curveballs. We all experience disappointments, failures, losses, and stressful situations. It's inevitable. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle often comes down to emotional resilience, the ability to adapt to adversity, cope with stress, and bounce back from setbacks stronger than before. This chapter isn't about avoiding difficult emotions. It's about learning to navigate them effectively and use them as fuel for growth. What is emotional resilience? Emotional resilience isn't about being a robot, impervious to pain or sadness. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending everything is okay when it's not. Instead, it's about adaptability, the ability to adjust to changing circumstances and unexpected challenges. Recovery, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and return to a state of emotional well-being. Growth, the potential to learn and grow from challenging experiences, becoming stronger and wiser as a result. Perspective, maintain perspective amidst chaos. Think of a resilient person like a willow tree in a storm. It bends and sways with the wind, but it doesn't break. It adapts to the pressure, and when the storm passes, it stands tall again, perhaps even stronger than before. The importance of resilience. Why is emotional resilience so crucial? Because life is full of challenges. Without resilience, we're more likely to become overwhelmed by stress and anxiety, develop unhealthy coping mechanisms, e.g., substance abuse, avoidance, experience burnout and exhaustion, struggle with relationships, feel stuck and unable to move forward. Resilience, on the other hand, allows us to navigate difficult emotions with greater ease, maintain a sense of hope and optimism even in tough times, persevere in the face of obstacles, build stronger relationships, live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Developing a growth mindset. A cornerstone of emotional resilience is a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, refers to the belief that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are innate and unchangeable. They tend to avoid challenges, give up easily, and see failure as a reflection of their inherent limitations. People with a growth mindset, on the other hand, embrace challenges, see failure as an opportunity to learn, and persist in the face of setbacks. They believe that with effort and dedication, they can improve and grow. To cultivate a growth mindset, embrace challenges, see challenges as opportunities for growth, not threats to your ego. Focus on effort. Value the process of learning and improvement, not just the outcome. Learn from mistakes. See mistakes as valuable feedback, not as evidence of failure. Seek feedback. Be open to constructive criticism and use it to improve. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your small wins along the way. Reframe negative self-talk. Change. I can't do this too. I can't do this yet. Coping with stress and adversity. Resilience isn't just about mindset. It's also about developing practical coping skills. Here are some strategies to help you manage stress and adversity. Practice self-care. This is non-negotiable. Prioritize sleep, healthy eating, exercise, and relaxation. These are the foundations of emotional well-being. Build a support system. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who you can turn to in times of need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Practice mindfulness. As we discussed in Chapter 3, mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment and observe your emotions without judgment. Engage in activities you enjoy. Make time for hobbies, interests, and activities that bring you joy and help you recharge. Practice gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for can shift your perspective and boost your mood, even during difficult times. Learn to say no. Protect your time and energy by setting boundaries and saying no to things that drain you. Develop problem-solving skills. Break down problems into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on what you can control. Seek professional help. If you're struggling to cope, don't hesitate to seek support from a therapist or counselor. Building a support system. Humans are social creatures. We're wired for connection. Having a strong support system is a vital component of emotional resilience. This could include family and friends, people who love and care about you, mentors and role models, people who inspire you and offer guidance. Support groups. Groups of people who share similar experiences and can offer understanding and support. Therapists and counselors, professionals who can provide guidance and support in a safe and confidential environment. Don't underestimate the power of simply talking to someone you trust. Sharing your feelings and experiences can help you process your emotions and gain perspective. Actionable steps. Identify your strengths. What are you good at? What are your positive qualities? Recognizing your strengths can boost your confidence and help you feel more capable of handling challenges. Reflect on past challenges. Think about a time you faced a difficult situation and overcame it. What did you learn from that experience? What strategies did you use? Practice gratitude. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Connect with your support system. Reach out to someone you trust and share what you're going through. Practice self-care. Make a commitment to prioritize one self-care activity each day, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Growth mindset. Affirmation. Create a positive affirmation related to growth and resilience, e.g., I'm capable of overcoming challenges. I learn and grow from every experience. Repeat it to yourself daily. Break one big problem into smaller, manageable steps. Key takeaways. Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt to adversity and bounce back from setbacks. A growth mindset is essential for developing resilience. Practical. Coping skills such as self-care and stress management are crucial. Building a strong support system is vital for navigating difficult times. Resilience is a skill that can be learned and developed over time. By consistently practicing these strategies, you can build your emotional resilience and become better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. You'll not only survive the storms, but you'll emerge stronger and more capable on the other side. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and keep moving forward. Chapter 6. The Science of Mental Discipline. We've talked a lot about controlling your emotions. Now let's shift gears and explore the other half of the equation, disciplining your mind. What does it really mean to have a disciplined mind? It's not about being rigid or robotic. It's about having the self-control to direct your attention, thoughts, and actions towards your chosen goals, even when faced with distractions, temptations, or challenging emotions. It's the ability to say yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. And the good news, mental discipline, like a muscle, can be strengthened with consistent effort and the right strategies. What is mental discipline? At its core, mental discipline is about self-regulation. It's the ability to manage your internal state, your thoughts, feelings, and impulses to achieve a desired outcome. This involves several key components. Focus, the ability to concentrate your attention on a specific task or goal, filtering out distractions. Willpower, the capacity to resist short-term temptations in order to achieve long-term goals. Think of it as your mental stamina. Persistence, the ability to keep going even when things get tough or you encounter setbacks. Delayed gratification, the willingness to forgo immediate pleasure for a greater reward in the future. Cognitive control, the ability to regulate your thoughts, suppressing unwanted ones and promoting helpful ones. The neuroscience of self-control, a simplified look. While the brain is incredibly complex, we can understand the basics of mental discipline by looking at a few key areas. The prefrontal cortex, PFC. This is the control center of your brain, responsible for executive functions like planning, decision-making, impulse control, and working memory. It's the part of your brain that helps you stay focused on your goals and resist temptations. A well-developed PFC is crucial for mental discipline, the anterior cingulate cortex, ACC. This area plays a role in error detection, conflict monitoring, and motivation. It helps you notice when you're getting off track and motivates you to get back on course. The limbic system. This is the emotional center of your brain, including structures like the amygdala, which processes fear and other strong emotions. The limbic system can sometimes override the PFC, leading to impulsive behavior. Mental discipline involves strengthening the PFC's ability to regulate the limbic system. Dopamine. This neurotransmitter is associated with pleasure, motivation, and reward. Our brains are wired to seek out dopamine, which can make it difficult to resist short-term temptations. Mental discipline involves learning to manage dopamine pathways and delay gratification. The myth of multitasking. In today's fast-paced world, we're often told that multitasking is a valuable skill. However, neuroscience tells us a different story. What we think of as multitasking is actually rapid task switching. Our brains can't truly focus on two things at once. Instead, we quickly switch our attention back and forth between tasks. This constant switching is inefficient. It takes time and mental energy to refocus each time you switch tasks. Stressful. It increases cognitive load and can lead to mental fatigue. Error. Prone. You're more likely to make mistakes when you're not fully focused. Reduces deep work. It prevents you from engaging fully with a task. True mental discipline involves single tasking, focusing on one thing at a time until it's complete, or until you've reached a predetermined stopping point. Willpower, your mental stamina. Willpower is often described as a finite resource, like a muscle that can get tired with overuse. This is known as the ego depletion theory. While there's ongoing debate about the exact mechanisms, the core idea is that exerting self-control in one area can make it harder to exert self-control in another area, in the short term. For example, if you spend all morning resisting the urge to check social media, you might find it harder to resist unhealthy snacks in the afternoon. This doesn't mean you're doomed to fail, but it highlights the importance of prioritizing. Focus your willpower on the things that matter most. Rest and recovery. Give your willpower muscle time to recharge. This can involve sleep, relaxation, or engaging in activities you enjoy. Building habits. When something becomes a habit, it requires less willpower to perform. Mindfulness. Being aware of your thoughts and feelings can help you anticipate and manage willpower depletion. Self-compassion. Being kind when you lack willpower. The benefits of a disciplined mind. The rewards of cultivating mental discipline are far-reaching. Increased productivity. You'll be able to focus better, get more done, and achieve your goals more efficiently. Improved focus and concentration. You'll be less easily distracted and better able to sustain your attention. Greater self-control. You'll be better equipped to resist temptations, manage impulses, and make healthier choices. Reduced stress and anxiety. You'll be less likely to feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions. Enhanced resilience. You'll be better able to bounce back from setbacks and persevere through challenges. Greater success in all areas of life, from your career to your relationships to your personal well-being. Mental discipline is a key ingredient for success. Action. Steps. Single task challenge. For one day, commit to single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time, eliminating distractions as much as possible. Notice how it feels and how it affects your productivity. Willpower inventory. Identify the areas where you struggle most with self-control. What are your biggest temptations? When are you most likely to give in? Prefrontal cortex workout. Engage in activities that strengthen your PFC, such as meditation. Even a few minutes a day can make a difference. Mindfulness exercises. Practice. Paying attention to the present moment. Learning a new skill. This challenges your brain and builds new connections. Physical exercise. Exercise has been shown to improve cognitive function. Getting enough sleep. Sleep deprivation impairs PFC function. Dopamine. Detox optional. Consider taking a break from activities that provide instant gratification, such as social media, video games, or sugary treats. This can help you reset your dopamine pathways and increase your sensitivity to natural rewards. Start small and be kind to yourself. Key takeaway: mental discipline is not about being perfect. It's about building your capacity for self-regulation over time. By understanding the science behind it and implementing practical strategies, you can cultivate a more focused, resilient, and successful mind. This is a crucial step on your journey to mastering your inner world. Chapter 7. Setting clear goals and priorities. Charting your course to a disciplined mind. Imagine setting sail on a vast ocean without a map, compass, or even a destination in mind. You might drift aimlessly at the mercy of the currents and winds, never reaching your full potential. Similarly, without clear goals and priorities, your efforts to discipline your mind can feel scattered and ineffective. This chapter will equip you with the tools to become the captain of your own mental ship, charting a course towards a focused, productive, and fulfilling life. Why goals matter for mental discipline. Goals are more than just wishful thinking. They are the fuel that drives mental discipline. They provide direction. Goals give your efforts a clear target. Instead of vaguely wanting to be more focused, you have a specific outcome to work towards, e.g., finish writing this chapter by Friday. Motivation. A well-defined goal ignites your intrinsic motivation. The desire to achieve that outcome fuels your commitment and helps you overcome obstacles like procrastination and distractions. Focus. Goals help you filter out irrelevant information and activities. When you know what you're working towards, it's easier to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Measurement. Goals provide a benchmark for progress. You can track your achievements, celebrate milestones, and adjust your approach as needed. This feedback loop is crucial for maintaining momentum and building self-efficacy. Purpose. Connecting your goals to your deeper values and aspirations gives them meaning and makes them more compelling. This sense of purpose is a powerful antidote to feeling overwhelmed or lost. The SMART framework. Building effective goals. The most effective goals are SMART goals. Specific, vague goals are difficult to achieve. Instead of get in better shape, aim for walk for 30 minutes, 5 days, a week. Instead of improve my focus, aim for complete 2 25-minute Pomodoro sessions each morning. The more specific you are, the clearer your path becomes. Measurable. How will you know if you've achieved your goal? Include quantifiable metrics. Read more books is not measurable. Read 1 book per month is. Reduce stress is not measurable. Meditate for 10 minutes daily is achievable. Set goals that are challenging but realistic. Unrealistic goals can lead to discouragement and burnout. Start with smaller, achievable steps and gradually increase the difficulty as you build momentum. Relevant. Your goals should align with your values, priorities, and overall life vision. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? How does it contribute to my larger goals? Does it align with my core values? Time-bound. Set a deadline for achieving your goal. This creates a sense of urgency and helps you prioritize your actions. Learn a new language is open-ended. Achieve conversational. Fluency in Spanish within 1 year is time-bound. Prioritizing your goals. The Eisenhower Matrix. Once you have a list of SMART goals, it's crucial to prioritize them. The Eisenhower Matrix, also known as the Urgent Important Matrix, is a powerful tool for this. Urgent, not urgent important. Do. First, crisis, pressing problems, deadline-driven project schedule, long-term goals. Planning, relationship building, personal growth, not important delegate. Interruptions, some meetings, some reports, eliminate. Time wasters, busy work, pleasant distractions, urgent and important, do first. These are tasks that demand immediate attention and have significant consequences if neglected. They often involve crises or deadlines. Minimize these by proactively planning and addressing potential problems before they become urgent. Important, but not urgent. Schedule. These are the tasks that contribute to your long-term goals and well-being. They often get neglected because they don't have immediate deadlines. This is where the majority of your time should be spent. Schedule dedicated time for these activities to ensure they don't get pushed aside. This is where mental discipline truly shines, choosing to work on important, non-urgent tasks. Urgent but not important. Delegate. These are tasks that demand your attention but don't contribute to your goals. If possible, delegate these tasks to others. Learn to say no to requests that fall into this category, not urgent and not important. Eliminate. These are time wasters that should be eliminated from your schedule. This includes mindless scrolling on social media, excessive TV watching, and other activities that don't add value to your life. Breaking down. Large goals. The power of small steps. Overwhelming goals can lead to paralysis. The key is to break down large goals into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to write a book, your smaller steps might include develop a book outline, research relevant topics, write 1 chapter per week, edit and revise each chapter, get feedback from beta readers, finalize the manuscript, publish the book. Each of these steps is a smaller, more achievable goal in itself. By focusing on one step at a time, you build momentum and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Staying motivated. Connecting to your why. Mental discipline requires sustained motivation. Regularly reconnect with the why behind your goals. Ask yourself, what benefits will I experience when I achieve this goal? How will it improve my life? How will it impact others? What will it feel like to achieve this goal? Visualize the positive outcomes, write them down, and revisit them regularly. This will help you stay focused and committed, even when faced with challenges. Celebrate small wins along the way, too. Action steps. Brainstorm. Write down all your goals, big and small. Smartify. Refine your goals using the SMART framework. Prioritize. Use the Eisenhower matrix to categorize and prioritize your goals. Break it down. Divide large goals into smaller, manageable steps. Schedule. Allocate specific time slots in your schedule for working on your goals. Review. Regularly review your goals and adjust your approach as needed. Connect to why. Write the reasons. By setting clear goals and priorities, you create a roadmap for your journey to a disciplined mind. This is not just about achieving external success. It's about cultivating inner strength, focus, and a deep sense of purpose. You're not just setting goals, you're building a life of intention and meaning. Chapter 8. Overcoming procrastination and distractions, reclaiming your focus. We've all been there. That looming deadline, that important task, that nagging feeling that you should be doing something productive. Yet you find yourself scrolling through social media, cleaning your already clean desk, or staring blankly at the wall, inventing elaborate scenarios instead of tackling the work at hand. Procrastination, the art of putting off until tomorrow what you could and should do today, is a universal struggle. Coupled with the constant barrage of distractions in our modern world, it's a major obstacle to achieving mental discipline and reaching your full potential. But the good news is, procrastination and distractibility are learned behaviors, which means they can be unlearned. Understanding the enemy. Why we procrastinate. Before we can conquer procrastination, we need to understand why we do it. It's rarely about laziness. More often it's rooted in deeper psychological factors. Fear of failure. The fear of not doing a task perfectly can be paralyzing. We'd rather avoid the potential disappointment of a subpar outcome than risk trying and failing. Fear of success. Believe it or not, some people subconsciously fear success. It might bring new responsibilities, higher expectations, or even change their identity. Perfectionism. The relentless pursuit of flawlessness can lead to procrastination. If we can't do it perfectly, we might not do it at all. Lack of clarity. If a task feels overwhelming or poorly defined, it's easy to put it off. We don't know where to start, so we don't start at all. Low motivation. If a task feels boring, unpleasant, or unrelated to our goals, we're less likely to be motivated to do it. Emotional discomfort. Sometimes, procrastination is a way of avoiding uncomfortable emotions associated with a task, such as anxiety, frustration, or boredom. Instant gratification. Our brains are wired to seek immediate rewards. Procrastination often involves choosing a short-term pleasure, like watching videos, over a long-term gain, like completing a project. The distraction. Deluge. Navigating the modern world. Even if you manage to overcome your internal procrastination, triggers, the external world throws a constant stream of distractions your way. Social media, the endless scroll, notifications, and the fear of missing out, FOMO, are designed to be addictive. Email and messaging. The constant ping of new messages demands our attention and interrupts our workflow. The internet, a vast ocean of information, entertainment, and rabbit holes to fall down. Notifications from apps, websites, and devices, a constant stream of interruptions, open-plan offices, noise, conversations, and the visual distractions of a busy environment. Multitasking, the myth. Trying to do multiple things at once actually reduces productivity and increases errors. Strategies to conquer procrastination and distractions. Now let's equip ourselves with the tools to fight back. Break it down. The power of microtasks. Large, overwhelming tasks are procrastination magnets. The solution? Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of write the report, try write the introduction paragraph. Instead of clean the house, try clean the kitchen counter. These micro-tasks feel less daunting and provide a sense of accomplishment as you complete each one. The Pomodoro technique, time boxing for focus. This classic technique involves working in focused bursts, typically 25 minutes, followed by a short break, 5 minutes. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 20 minutes. This structure provides a framework for focused work and prevents burnout. Use a timer. There are many Pomodoro apps available to stay on track. Time blocking. Schedule your focus. Treat your focused work time like an important appointment. Block out specific times in your calendar for working on your most important tasks. This helps you prioritize and avoid letting other activities encroach on your dedicated work time. Eliminate distractions. Create your fortress of focus. Turn off notifications. Disable notifications on your phone, computer, and any other devices. Close unnecessary tabs. Only keep open the tabs you absolutely need for the task at hand. Use website blockers. Apps and browser extensions can block distracting websites, like social media, during your focused work periods. Communicate your needs. Let your family, roommates, or colleagues know when you need uninterrupted time. Find a quiet space. If possible, work in a quiet environment where you're less likely to be disturbed. Use noise-canceling headphones. These can help block out distracting sounds. The 2-minute rule, momentum is key. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This prevents small tasks from piling up and becoming overwhelming. It also builds momentum and a sense of accomplishment. Reward yourself, positive reinforcement. After completing a task or a focused work session, reward yourself with something you enjoy. This could be a short break, a healthy snack, a walk, or anything else that motivates you. Positive reinforcement strengthens the association between work and reward. Address the underlying cause, self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on why you're procrastinating on a particular task. Are you afraid of failure? Is the task unclear? Addressing the root cause can help you develop more effective strategies to overcome it. Journaling can be a powerful tool. Practice self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Everyone procrastinates sometimes. Don't beat yourself up about it. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and get back on track. Self-compassion is crucial for maintaining motivation and resilience. Eat that frog. Get the worst thing out of the way. Tackle your hardest task early. Just get started. The hardest step is often the first one. Promise yourself to spend just 5 minutes on the task. You'll often find that once you've started, it's easier to keep going. Action steps. Identify your top 3 procrastination triggers. What are the most common reasons you procrastinate? Choose one distraction to eliminate this week. Start small. Pick one distraction, e.g., social media notifications, and commit to eliminating it during your work hours. Try the Pomodoro technique for 1 day. Experiment with this technique and see if it helps you improve your focus. Break down a large task. Choose a task you've been putting off and break it down into at least 5 smaller, manageable steps. Schedule focused work time. Block out at least 1 hour in your calendar this week for focused work on a high-priority task. Conclusion. Overcoming procrastination and distractions is a continuous process, not a one-time fix. It requires self-awareness, consistent effort, and a willingness to experiment with different strategies. By understanding the underlying causes of procrastination, eliminating distractions, and implementing the techniques outlined in this chapter, you can reclaim your focus, boost your productivity, and achieve your goals. The journey to a disciplined mind starts with taking control of your time and attention. The rewards, increased productivity, reduced stress, and a greater sense of accomplishment, are well worth the effort. Chapter 9. Building Habits for Mental Strength. Think of your mind like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And just like physical fitness, mental strength isn't built overnight. It's the result of consistent, deliberate practice. In other words, habits. This chapter will guide you through the science of habit formation and provide you with practical strategies to build habits that cultivate mental discipline, focus, and resilience. The science of habit formation. Simplified, habits aren't magic. They're neurological pathways in your brain. Every time you repeat an action, that pathway gets stronger. This is why breaking bad habits can be so challenging, and why forming good ones requires conscious effort. But the good news is, your brain is plastic. It's constantly rewiring itself. You have the power to create new, positive pathways. A habit typically consists of 3 key components: cue or trigger. This is the event, feeling, time of day, or location that initiates the habit. It could be anything from waking up in the morning to feeling stressed. Routine. This is the actual behavior, the action you take in response to the cue. This is the part you want to consciously change or establish. Reward. This is the positive reinforcement that strengthens the connection between the cue and the routine. It could be a feeling of accomplishment, a release of endorphins, or any other positive outcome. Understanding this habit loop is crucial for both breaking bad habits and building good ones. Identifying your current habits. Before you can build new habits, you need to become aware of your existing ones. Take some time to reflect on your daily routines. What are the things you do automatically, without much conscious thought? What are your morning habits? What do you do when you feel stressed or bored? How do you spend your free time? What are your work habits? Be honest with yourself. Identify both the positive and negative habits. For example, you might have a positive habit of exercising regularly, but a negative habit of checking social media every few minutes. Creating new positive habits, the step-by-step approach. Building a new habit requires a strategic approach. Here's a proven method. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once. Choose one habit you want to cultivate and start with a small, manageable version of it. For example, instead of aiming to meditate for an hour a day, start with just 5 minutes. Choose a clear cue. Identify a specific trigger that will prompt your new habit. For example, if you want to start a habit of reading before bed, the cue could be putting your phone on the charger. Make it easy. Remove any obstacles that might prevent you from performing the habit. If you want to start exercising in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Focus on consistency, not perfection. The key to building a habit is repetition. Aim to perform the habit every day, even if it's just for a short period. Don't get discouraged if you miss a day. Just get back on track the next day. Reward yourself. After you complete your habit, give yourself a small reward. This could be anything from a feeling of satisfaction to a healthy snack. The reward reinforces the habit loop and makes it more likely that you'll repeat the behavior. Track your progress. Keep track of your habit, either in a journal, on an app, or using a habit tracker. Seeing your progress visually can be incredibly motivating. Be patient. It takes time to build a new habit. Don't expect results overnight. Research suggests it can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days to form a new habit, with an average of around 66 days. The important thing is to stay consistent and persistent. Stack your habits. This means connecting your new routine to a pre-existing habit. Breaking bad habits, the reverse approach. Breaking bad habits is essentially the reverse of building good ones. Here's how. Identify the cue and reward. What triggers the bad habit and what reward do you get from it? Replace the routine. Instead of trying to simply stop the bad habit, find a healthier or more productive behavior to replace it with. For example, if you tend to snack on unhealthy foods when you're stressed, replace that with a few minutes of deep breathing or a short walk. Make it difficult. Increase the friction associated with the bad habit. If you want to stop checking social media so often, delete the apps from your phone or put your phone in another room. Be kind to yourself. Breaking bad habits is hard. Don't beat yourself up if you slip up. Just acknowledge it. Learn from it, and get back on track. Habits for mental strength. Examples. Here are some specific habits that can significantly boost your mental discipline and resilience. Mindfulness meditation. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance emotional regulation. Regular exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting and stress-reducing effects. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process emotions, identify patterns, and gain clarity. Learning something new. Challenging your brain with new information or skills keeps it sharp and adaptable. Reading. Reading expands your knowledge, improves your vocabulary, and enhances your cognitive abilities. Getting enough sleep. Sleep deprivation impairs cognitive function and emotional regulation. Practicing gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can improve your mood and increase your resilience. Setting. Daily intentions. Starting your day with a clear intention can help you stay focused and motivated. Time blocking. Planning your day in advance can help you manage your time effectively and reduce procrastination. Prioritize your tasks. Decide what is your most important task of the day and do it first. The importance of consistency, the bottom line. Building habits for mental strength is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making small, consistent changes over time. Don't try to do too much too soon. Focus on building one habit at a time and be patient with yourself. The rewards, a calmer, more focused and more resilient mind, are well worth the effort. Actionable steps. Identify one habit you want to build or break this week. Write down the cue, routine, and reward for that habit. Create a plan to implement the habit or replace it with a healthier one. Track your progress and make adjustments as needed. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. By consistently practicing these principles, you'll be well on your way to building a mind that is strong, resilient, and capable of achieving anything you set your sights on. Chapter 10. Time Management Techniques for a Disciplined Mind. Introduction. The currency of time. Time, unlike money, is a resource you can't earn back. Once it's gone, it's gone. For those seeking to discipline their minds and control their emotions, mastering time management is absolutely crucial. A scattered, disorganized approach to time leads to stress, overwhelm, and a feeling of being constantly behind, all of which undermine emotional regulation and mental focus. This chapter isn't about cramming more into your day, it's about intentionally using your time to achieve your goals and cultivate inner peace. It's about working smarter, not just harder. Why time management matters for mental discipline. A disciplined mind thrives on structure and order. When you have a clear plan for your time, you reduce stress and anxiety. Knowing what you need to do and when you'll do it eliminates the mental burden of uncertainty and the feeling of being overwhelmed. This frees up mental energy for emotional regulation, increase focus and concentration. By allocating specific time blocks for tasks, you minimize distractions and create an environment conducive to deep work. This directly supports mental discipline, boosts productivity. Effective time management allows you to accomplish more in less time, leading to a sense of accomplishment and increased self-esteem. Create time for self-care. Paradoxically, good time management creates more free time. By being efficient with your work, you have more time for activities that support your emotional and mental well-being, like exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. Build momentum. Successfully completing tasks, even small ones, creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces your commitment to your goals and strengthens your mental discipline. Key time management techniques. Let's explore some practical techniques you can implement immediately. Time blocking. What it is. Time blocking involves scheduling specific blocks of time for specific tasks in your day. Instead of just a to-do list, you create a visual representation of how you'll spend your time. How to do it. Use a calendar, digital or paper. Estimate how long each task will take. Be realistic and add buffer time. Block out time for everything. Work, meals, exercise, relaxation, even commuting. Be specific. Instead of work on project, write draft. Chapter 10 outline, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Treat these time blocks as appointments you can't miss. Example, PM, 9 a.m., morning routine, exercise, meditation, breakfast. M, 10:30. M, deep work on project X, 10:30. M, 11 a.m. Check and respond to emails 11:00 a.m., 12:30 p.m. Meeting with team 12:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. Lunch 1:30 p.m., 3:00 p.m. Work on project Y3:00 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Break, short, walk 3:30 p.m., 5:00 p.m. Administrative tasks, benefits, provides structure, reduces decision fatigue, improves focus, and helps you visualize your day. The Eisenhower Matrix, Urgent, Important Matrix. What it is: a prioritization tool that helps you categorize tasks based on their urgency and importance. How to do it? Draw a 2x2 grid with these quadrants. Quadrant 1, urgent and important, do first, crises, deadlines, pressing problems. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, schedule, long-term goals, planning, prevention, relationship building, self-care. This is where you should spend most of your time. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, delegate, interruptions, some meetings, some emails, other people's priorities. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, eliminate, time wasters, busy work, distractions, social media scrolling, unless it's intentional relaxation. Example: Q1, responding to a client emergency, fixing a critical bug in your code. Q2, working on your book, exercising, spending quality time with family, planning your week. Q3, answering a non-critical email, attending an unnecessary meeting. Q4, mindlessly browsing social media, watching excessive TV. Benefits: helps you focus on what truly matters, reduces reactivity, and prevents important tasks from becoming urgent crises. The Pomodoro Technique. What it is: a time management method that uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. How to do it? Choose a task. Set a timer for 25 minutes, a Pomodoro. Work on the task with focused attention until the timer rings. Take a short break, 5 minutes, after every 4 Pomodoros. Take a longer break, 20-30 minutes. Benefits: improves focus, reduces mental fatigue, prevents burnout, and makes large tasks feel less daunting. Delegation. What it is: assigning tasks to others who are capable of completing them. How to do it? Identify tasks that don't require your unique skills or expertise. Clearly communicate the task, expectations, and deadline. Provide necessary resources and support. Follow up and provide feedback. Benefits: frees up your time for more important tasks, empowers others, and improves overall efficiency. Eliminating time wasters. What it is: identifying and minimizing activities that consume your time without contributing to your goals. How to do it? Track your time for a few days to identify where your time is actually going. Be honest with yourself about your time-wasting habits, e.g., social media, excessive email checking, unnecessary meetings. Set boundaries and limits on these activities. Use technology to your advantage, e.g., website blockers, app timers. Benefits: creates more time for productive activities, reduces distractions, and improves focus. Putting it all together, creating your time management system. The most effective time management system is one that is tailored to your individual needs and preferences. Experiment with different techniques and find what works best for you. Don't be afraid to adjust your system as needed. The key is to be intentional and proactive about how you use your time. Action. Steps. Time audit. Track your time for a week to see where it's going. Eisenhower Matrix. Categorize your tasks using the urgent important matrix. Time blocking. Experiment with time blocking for at least 1 week. Pomodoro Technique. Try the Pomodoro Technique for focused work sessions. Delegation. Identify tasks you can delegate and start delegating them. Eliminate one time waster. Commit in next week. Conclusion. Mastering your time. Mastering yourself. Effective time management is not just about getting more done. It's about creating a life of intention, purpose, and balance. By mastering your time, you take control of your day, reduce stress, increase focus, and create space for the activities that truly matter. This, in turn, supports your journey towards emotional mastery and mental fortitude. Remember, time is your most valuable asset. Use it wisely. Chapter 11. The importance of sleep and nutrition, fueling your mind and body for mastery. Introduction. The unsung heroes of control. You've learned about mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and setting goals. All powerful tools for controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind. But even the most sophisticated strategies can be undermined if you neglect the fundamental building blocks of well-being: sleep and nutrition. Think of your brain and body as a high-performance engine. You can have the best driving skills in the world, but if you're using the wrong fuel or letting the engine run down, you won't get very far. This chapter will explore the crucial link between sleep, nutrition, and your ability to achieve emotional mastery and mental fortitude. The impact of sleep on emotional and mental well-being. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's when your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and repairs itself. Chronic sleep deprivation has a profound impact on your emotional and mental state, leading to increased irritability and emotional reactivity. When you're sleep-deprived, your amygdala, the brain's emotional center, becomes more reactive, making you more prone to anger, frustration, and anxiety. You're less able to regulate your emotions effectively. Impaired cognitive function. Lack of sleep impairs your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, focus, and impulse control. This makes it harder to concentrate, solve problems, and resist distractions, essential for mental discipline. Increased risk of depression and anxiety. Studies consistently show a strong link between chronic sleep problems and mental health disorders. Weakened immune system. Sleep deprivation weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness, which can further impact your mood and energy levels. Hormone imbalance. Sleep deprivation can cause the increase of stress hormone, cortisol. Tips for better sleep. Creating a restorative sleep routine. Improving. Your sleep isn't about magic pills. It's about creating a consistent routine that supports your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, circadian rhythm. Here are practical tips. Establish a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends, to regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Wind down an hour or two before bed. This could include taking a warm bath or shower, reading a physical book, avoid screens, listening to calming music, or a meditation, gentle stretching or yoga. Optimize your sleep environment. Make sure your bedroom is dark. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask. Quiet, use earplugs or a white noise machine. Cool, a slightly cooler temperature, around 65 degrees or 18 degrees, is ideal for sleep. Comfortable. Invest in a good mattress, pillows, and bedding. Limit screen time. Before bed, the blue light emitted from electronic devices, phones, tablets, computers, suppresses melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Avoid caffeine and alcohol. Before bed, caffeine is a stimulant that can interfere with sleep. Alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, but it disrupts sleep later in the night. Get regular exercise. Physical activity can improve sleep quality. But avoid intense workouts close to bedtime. Consider a short nap, if needed. A short 20 to 30-minute nap can boost alertness, but longer naps can interfere with nighttime sleep. Address underlying issues. If you consistently experience insomnia, consult your physician. The role of nutrition in brain function, food as fuel for focus and mood. Just as sleep recharges your brain, nutrition provides the essential building blocks for optimal cognitive function and emotional regulation. What you eat directly impacts your neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that regulate mood, focus, and energy levels. The brain-gut connection. Your gut is often called your second brain because it has a direct line of communication with your brain via the vagus nerve. A healthy gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system, is crucial for mental well-being. Neurotransmitter production. Key neurotransmitters like serotonin, mood regulation, dopamine, motivation and reward, and GABA, calming, are influenced by the nutrients you consume. Healthy eating habits for emotional and mental clarity. Here are some key dietary principles to support emotional control and mental discipline. Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Focus on foods as close to their natural state as possible. This includes fruits and vegetables. Aim for a variety of colors to get a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Lean protein, essential for building and repairing tissues and for producing neurotransmitters. Good sources include fish, poultry, beans, lentils, tofu, and eggs. Complex carbohydrates provide sustained energy and support stable blood sugar levels. Choose whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, oats, whole wheat bread, and starchy vegetables. Sweet potatoes, squash. Healthy fats, crucial for brain health and hormone production. Include sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish, salmon, tuna, mackerel. Limit processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats. These foods can contribute to inflammation, blood sugar fluctuations, and mood swings, making it harder to regulate your emotions and maintain focus. Processed foods, often high in unhealthy fats, sugar, salt, and artificial additives. Sugary drinks and snacks cause rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar, leading to energy dips and irritability. Trans fats and saturated fats, found in processed foods, fried foods, and some animal products, can negatively impact brain health. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can impair cognitive function, leading to fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Carry a water bottle and sip on it regularly. Eat mindfully. Pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues. Eat slowly and savor your food. Avoid distractions like TV or your phone while eating. This helps you connect with your body's signals and prevents overeating. Consider a balanced approach. There's no one-size-fits-all perfect diet. Experiment to find what works best for your body and lifestyle. Some people thrive on a plant-based diet, while others do better with more animal protein. The key is to focus on nutrient-dense whole foods. Don't be afraid to seek professional guidance. If you have specific dietary concerns or health conditions, consult a registered dietitian or nutritionist for personalized advice. The importance of omega-3 fatty acids. These essential fats, found in fatty fish, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, are crucial for brain health and have been linked to improved mood and cognitive function. Consider a supplement if you don't get enough from your diet. Manage blood sugar. Stable blood sugar is the best for emotional regulation, hydration, and its importance. Often overlooked, proper hydration is absolutely critical for both physical and mental performance. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue. Your body needs water to transport nutrients and oxygen to your cells. Headaches. Dehydration can trigger headaches and migraines. Reduced cognitive function. Your brain is about 75% water. Dehydration can impair focus, memory, and decision-making. Mood changes. Dehydration can contribute to irritability and anxiety. Practical tip: aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day and more if you're exercising or in a hot climate. Keep a water bottle with you and sip on it throughout the day. You can also get fluids from fruits and vegetables with high water content, e.g. watermelon, cucumber. Putting it all together. A holistic approach. Controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind is a holistic endeavor. Sleep and nutrition are not separate from your mental and emotional training. They are integral to it. By prioritizing these foundational elements, you create a solid base for all your other efforts. You're providing your brain and body with the resources they need to function optimally, making it easier to manage stress, regulate your emotions, and stay focused on your goals. Actionable steps: sleep assessment. Track your sleep for a week. Note your bedtime, wake-up time, and how you feel throughout the day. Identify areas for improvement. Sleep routine. Implementation. Choose 1 or 2 sleep tips from this chapter and implement them consistently for the next week. Nutrition audit. Keep a food diary for a few days. Note what you eat and how you feel afterward. Identify areas where you can make healthier choices. Hydration goal. Set a daily water intake goal and track your progress. Mindful eating practice. Choose 1 meal per day to eat mindfully, paying attention to your hunger and fullness cues. Small steps. Focus on making 1 healthy food swap per week. Consistency is key. Remember, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Key takeaways. Sleep and nutrition are essential for emotional regulation and mental discipline. Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods and limit processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Establish a regular sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. Make gradual, sustainable changes to your diet and sleep habits. Sleep deprivation decreases emotional regulation and cognitive function. By taking care of your physical needs, you're empowering yourself to master your inner world. This chapter lays the groundwork for a healthier, more resilient, and more focused you. This foundation will make all the subsequent strategies in this book even more effective. Chapter 12. Stress Management Techniques. Taming the Inner Storm. Stress. It's the ubiquitous companion of modern life. From deadlines at work to relationship challenges to the constant barrage of information, our lives are often filled with pressures that can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and depleted. While a certain amount of stress is normal, even beneficial, motivating us to perform at our best, chronic stress can wreak havoc on both our emotional and mental well-being, hindering our ability to control our emotions and discipline our minds. This chapter will equip you with practical, evidence-based techniques to manage stress effectively, creating a calmer, more resilient inner landscape. Understanding stress and its effects. Before we dive into the techniques, it's crucial to understand what stress actually is and how it impacts us. Stress is your body's natural response to any demand or threat, whether real or perceived. When you encounter a stressor, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, triggering the fight or flight response. This response is designed to help you survive in dangerous situations, increasing your heart rate, blood pressure, and alertness. However, in modern life, we often experience this fight or flight response in situations that aren't truly life-threatening. A demanding boss, a traffic jam, a looming deadline. When the stress response is constantly activated, it leads to chronic stress, which can manifest in numerous ways: emotional symptoms, irritability, anxiety, depression, feeling overwhelmed, mood swings, difficulty concentrating, low self-esteem. Physical Symptoms: headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, digestive problems, sleep disturbances, weakened immune system. Behavioral symptoms: social withdrawal, procrastination, increased substance use, changes in eating habits, nervous behaviors, e.g., nail biting. Chronic stress directly undermines our ability to control our emotions and discipline our minds. It impairs our cognitive function, making it harder to focus, think clearly, and make rational decisions. It also depletes our emotional reserves, making us more reactive and less able to cope with everyday challenges. Effective stress management techniques. The good news is that stress is manageable. By incorporating the following techniques into your daily life, you can significantly reduce your stress levels and build greater resilience. Relaxation techniques. These techniques directly counteract the stress response, calming your body and mind. Deep breathing exercises, one of the simplest yet most powerful techniques. Slow, deep breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation. Practice. Find a quiet place, sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your abdomen with air. Feel your belly rise. Hold for a few seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat for 5 to 10 minutes. Experiment with different breathing patterns, such as box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. This technique involves systematically tensing and releasing different muscle groups in your body. It helps you become more aware of physical tension and learn to release it consciously. Practice. Find a quiet place and lie down. Starting with your toes, tense the muscles as tightly as you can for 5 to 10 seconds, then release the tension completely and notice the difference. Work your way up your body, tensing and releasing each muscle group: calves, thighs, abdomen, chest, arms, hands, neck, face. Guided imagery, son visualization. This technique involves creating a calming mental image or scene in your mind. It helps you shift your focus away from stresses and create a sense of peace and tranquility. Practice. Find a quiet place and close your eyes. Imagine a peaceful scene, such as a beach, a forest, or a mountain meadow. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel? Spend 5 to 10 minutes exploring this scene, allowing yourself to fully relax and immerse yourself in the experience. Yoga and Tai Chi. These practices combine physical postures, breathing techniques, and mindfulness, promoting both physical and mental relaxation. Exercise and physical activity. Regular physical activity is a powerful stress reliever. Exercise releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects. It also helps you burn off excess energy and tension, improving your sleep and overall well-being. Recommendations. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Choose activities you enjoy, such as walking, running, swimming, cycling, dancing, or team sports. Even short bursts of activity, like a 10-minute walk, can make a difference. Spending time in nature. Research consistently shows that spending time in nature has profound benefits for stress reduction. Being in natural surroundings lowers cortisol levels, reduces blood pressure, and promotes feelings of calm and well-being. Practice. Make an effort to spend time outdoors regularly. Go for a walk in a park, sit by a lake, hike in the woods, or simply tend to a garden. Even having plants indoors can have a positive impact. Mindfulness and meditation. As discussed in Chapter 3, mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for managing stress. They help you cultivate present-moment awareness, reducing rumination and worry about the future or past. Practice. Incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. Practice mindful breathing, mindful eating, or mindful walking. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can make a significant difference. Social support. Talking with trusted loved ones, joining group activities, building a stress-resilient lifestyle. Prioritize. Sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Eat a healthy diet. Nourish your body with whole, unprocessed foods. Limit caffeine and alcohol. These substances can exacerbate stress and anxiety. Set realistic expectations. Don't try to do too much. Learn to say no to commitments you can't handle. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same understanding and support you would offer a friend. Time management. Avoid procrastination and overload. Learn to say no. Don't feel guilty about not doing something if you don't have time for it. Take regular breaks. Don't push yourself to keep going when you need some time to rest. Finding what works for you. Stress management is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Experiment with different techniques and find what works best for you. Be patient and persistent. It takes time and practice to develop new habits. The key is to incorporate stress-reducing activities into your daily routine, making them a regular part of your life. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to control your emotions, discipline your mind, and navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and resilience. Remember, managing stress is an ongoing process, not a destination. Chapter 13. Cultivating a Growth Mindset. Imagine two students receiving a failing grade on a math test. One student, Sarah, throws her test in the trash, muttering, "I'm just not good at math. I'll never get it." The other student, David, carefully reviews his mistakes, asks the teacher for help, and starts studying more diligently. Sarah has a fixed mindset, believing her abilities are static and unchangeable. David, on the other hand, has a growth mindset, believing his abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This chapter is all about cultivating that powerful growth mindset. The belief that you can improve your ability to control your emotions and discipline your mind. It's not about pretending challenges don't exist. It's about approaching them with the understanding that effort, learning, and perseverance can lead to significant progress. Fixed versus growth mindset, a crucial distinction. The concept of a growth mindset was popularized by Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck. Her research highlights the profound impact our beliefs about intelligence and ability have on our motivation, resilience, and ultimately, our success. Here's a table summarizing the key differences. Feature fixed mindset growth. Mindset beliefs intelligence ability is static. Intelligence ability can be developed. Challenges avoided. Seen as threats to self-worth. Embraced. Seen as opportunities to learn. Effort. Seen as fruitless. A sign of lack of ability. Seen as essential for growth and mastery. Feedback defensive. Taken personally. Welcomed. Used as a tool for improvement. Setbacks discouraging. Lead to giving up. Seen as learning experiences, fuel persistence, others' success threatening, cause to be envy, inspiring and a source of learning. In the context of emotional control and mental discipline, a fixed mindset might manifest as thoughts, like "I'm just an angry person, I can't help it, I'm naturally disorganized, I'll never be able to focus, I'm too sensitive, I'll always be overwhelmed by my emotions." These beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe you can't change, you won't put in the effort required to change. A growth mindset, however, opens the door to possibility. I can learn strategies to manage my anger. I can develop habits to improve my focus and organization. I can build emotional resilience and learn to regulate my emotions effectively. The benefits of a growth mindset for emotional and mental well-being. Adopting a growth mindset isn't just about academic achievement, it's crucial for your emotional and mental well-being. Here's how it specifically benefits you in controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind. Increased resilience. When you believe you can improve, setbacks become less daunting. You're more likely to bounce back from emotional challenges and persist in developing mental discipline. Reduced stress and anxiety. A growth mindset helps you view challenges as opportunities, reducing the stress and anxiety associated with feeling stuck or incapable. Greater emotional regulation. Believing you can learn to manage your emotions empowers you to actively seek out and implement strategies for emotional control. Improved focus and concentration. A growth mindset fosters a willingness to put in the effort required to train your attention and overcome distractions. Enhanced self-esteem. As you see yourself growing and improving, your self-esteem naturally increases. You develop a stronger sense of self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to succeed. Embracing challenges and learning from mistakes. A key characteristic of a growth mindset is the willingness to embrace challenges. Instead of viewing difficulty as a sign of weakness, see it as an opportunity to stretch your abilities and learn something new. Reframe failure. Instead of labeling setbacks as failures, view them as valuable learning experiences. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do things differently next time? Seek out challenges. Don't shy away from situations that push you outside your comfort zone. This is where real growth happens. Start small and gradually increase the level of challenge. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate your efforts and the progress you make, even if you don't achieve your desired outcome immediately. The journey of learning and growing is just as important as the destination. Be patient with yourself. Developing emotional control and mental discipline takes time and effort. Don't expect overnight results. Be kind to yourself and celebrate every small victory. Developing a positive attitude. Your attitude plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. Cultivating a positive attitude can help you embrace challenges, persevere through setbacks, and maintain motivation. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can shift your perspective and boost your overall mood. Surround yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with can influence your mindset. Seek out supportive and encouraging individuals. Use positive self-talk. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths and your ability to grow. Visualize success. Imagine yourself successfully managing your emotions and achieving your goals. Visualization can boost your confidence and motivation. The power of belief. Ultimately, cultivating a growth mindset comes down to believing in your potential for growth. This belief is the foundation upon which you can build emotional mastery and mental fortitude. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Identify any beliefs that are holding you back, e.g., I'm not good at this, I'll never be able to change. Question these beliefs and replace them with more empowering ones. Remember your past successes. Reflect on times when you've overcome challenges or learned new skills. This can remind you of your capacity for growth. Seek inspiration from others. Read stories of people who have achieved remarkable things through effort and perseverance. This can inspire you to believe in your own potential. Take action. The best way to strengthen your belief in your ability to grow is to take action. Start small, set achievable goals, and celebrate your progress. Action steps. Identify your fixed mindset. Triggers. What situations or thoughts tend to trigger a fixed mindset in you, e.g., receiving criticism, facing a difficult task? Reframe. Negative thoughts. Practice reframing negative fixed mindset thoughts into positive growth mindset statements. Set a growth-oriented goal. Choose one area related to emotional control or mental discipline where you want to improve. Set a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goal. Embrace a challenge. Identify a small challenge related to your goal that you can tackle this week. Reflect on your progress. At the end of the week, reflect on your experience. What did you learn? What challenges did you face? How did you overcome them? Keep a small notebook where you can see how you are improving with the exercises. By consistently practicing these steps, you can cultivate a growth mindset that empowers you to control your emotions, discipline your mind, and achieve your full potential. Chapter 14. The Power of Visualization. Imagine yourself calmly navigating a stressful situation, responding with grace and composure instead of reacting with anger or anxiety. Picture yourself confidently tackling a challenging task, feeling focused and determined, effortlessly overcoming obstacles. This isn't wishful thinking, it's the power of visualization, a potent tool for shaping your emotions, strengthening your mental discipline, and achieving your goals. What is visualization? Visualization, at its core, is the practice of creating vivid mental images of a desired outcome or situation. It's more than just daydreaming. It involves engaging all your senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, to create a realistic and immersive experience in your mind. You're essentially rehearsing success, preparing your brain and body to respond in a specific way when faced with the actual situation. How visualization works. The science behind visualization lies in the brain's remarkable plasticity, its ability to change and adapt based on experience. When you vividly imagine something, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways as if you were actually experiencing it. This mental rehearsal strengthens those pathways, making it easier to access them and respond accordingly in real life. Think of it like practicing a sport. A basketball player who mentally rehearses free throws, visualizing the ball swishing through the net, is more likely to perform well under pressure during a game. Similarly, by visualizing yourself controlling your emotions or maintaining focus, you're training your brain to do just that. Visualization also taps into the power of the subconscious mind, which influences our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By feeding your subconscious positive and empowering images, you can reprogram limiting beliefs and cultivate a more resourceful mindset. Visualization techniques for emotional control and mental discipline. There are numerous ways to incorporate visualization into your daily routine. Here are a few effective techniques. Goal achievement visualization. This is the most common type. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself achieving a specific goal. For example, if you want to improve your public speaking skills, picture yourself confidently delivering a presentation, feeling calm and articulate, and receiving positive feedback from the audience. Engage all your senses. See the room, hear the applause, feel the confidence in your body. Emotional regulation, visualization. When you feel overwhelmed by a strong emotion, use visualization to calm yourself down. Imagine a peaceful scene, like a serene beach or a quiet forest. Focus on the details, the sounds of the waves, the smell of the pine trees, the feeling of the warm sun on your skin. This can help shift your focus away from the distressing emotion and activate your relaxation response. Stress reduction visualization. Picture yourself successfully navigating a stressful situation. If you're anxious about a job interview, visualize yourself answering questions confidently, making a positive impression, and feeling relaxed and in control. This mental rehearsal can reduce anxiety and boost your confidence. Focus and concentration. Visualization. If you struggle with distractions, visualize yourself working with unwavering focus. Imagine yourself sitting at your desk, completely absorbed in your task, ignoring any interruptions and feeling a sense of accomplishment as you complete your work. Process visualization. Instead of just focusing on the end result, visualize the process of achieving your goal. This is particularly helpful for complex or long-term goals. Break down the goal into smaller steps and visualize yourself successfully completing each step. This builds momentum and reinforces your ability to overcome challenges. Creating a vision board. A vision board is a powerful visual tool that complements mental visualization. It's a collage of images, words, and affirmations that represent your goals and aspirations. Creating a vision board is a fun and creative way to clarify your desires and keep them top of mind. Here's how to create a vision board. Gather materials. You'll need a board, corkboard, poster board, or even a digital board, magazines, scissors, glue, markers, and any other materials that inspire you. Identify your goals. Reflect on what you want to achieve in different areas of your life, e.g., career, relationships, health, personal growth. Find images and words. Look for images and words that represent your goals and resonate with you emotionally. Arrange and glue. Arrange the images and words on your board in a way that feels inspiring and motivating. Display your vision board. Place your vision board in a prominent location where you'll see it every day, using visualization to achieve your goals. Visualization is not a magic bullet. It's a tool that works best when combined with action. Here's how to maximize its effectiveness. Be specific. The more detailed and specific your visualizations, the more powerful they will be. Engage your senses. Use all your senses to create a vivid and immersive experience. Feel the emotions. Connect with the positive emotions associated with achieving your goals. Practice regularly. Consistency is key. Aim to visualize for at least 5 to 10 minutes each day. Believe in the process. Trust that visualization can help you achieve your goals. Take action. Visualization is not a substitute for action. It's a tool to prepare you for action and enhance your performance. By incorporating visualization into your daily routine, you can harness the power of your mind to control your emotions, discipline your thoughts, and create the life you desire. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, and the rewards are well worth the effort. Start small, be patient, and watch as your inner world transforms your outer reality. Chapter 15. Developing Self-Awareness. The journey to controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind begins with a crucial first step: understanding yourself. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of both emotional intelligence and mental fortitude. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and monitor your own thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and motivations. Without it, you're navigating life's challenges with a blindfold on, reacting instinctively rather than responding thoughtfully. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is more than just introspection. It's a multifaceted skill that encompasses emotional awareness, recognizing and understanding your own emotions as they happen. This includes identifying the specific emotion, e.g., anger, sadness, joy, fear, understanding its intensity, and recognizing its physical and mental manifestations. Cognitive awareness, understanding your thought patterns, beliefs, and biases. This involves recognizing how your thoughts influence your emotions and behaviors, and identifying any unhelpful or irrational thinking patterns. Behavioral awareness, recognizing your own actions and habits, both conscious and unconscious. This includes understanding how you typically react in different situations, identifying your strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing your impact on others. Motivational awareness. Understanding your underlying needs, desires, and values. This involves identifying what truly motivates you, what drives your decisions, and what gives your life meaning. Physical awareness. Understanding the state of your physical being, tension held, pain level, etc. The benefits of self-awareness. Developing. Self-awareness offers a multitude of benefits, including improved emotional regulation. When you're aware of your emotions, you can better manage them. You can identify triggers, anticipate emotional responses, and choose more constructive ways to react. Enhanced decision-making. Self-awareness allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your values and goals, rather than being driven by impulsive emotions or unconscious biases. Stronger relationships. Understanding yourself helps you understand others better. You can communicate more effectively, empathize with others' perspectives, and build more meaningful connections. Increased self-confidence. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses allows you to build on your strengths and address your weaknesses, leading to greater self-acceptance and confidence. Greater personal growth. Self-awareness is the foundation for continuous learning and development. It allows you to identify areas where you can improve and grow, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Better mental discipline. Once you know the cause of your emotions, you can understand how to react to them better and discipline your mind. Techniques to increase self-awareness. Self-awareness is a skill that can be cultivated through practice. Here are some effective techniques. Mindfulness meditation. As discussed in Chapter 3, mindfulness meditation is a powerful tool for developing self-awareness. By focusing on the present moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can gain greater insight into your inner world. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can make a significant difference. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings on a regular basis can help you identify patterns, explore your emotions, and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. There are several journaling approaches you can try. Stream of consciousness. Write whatever comes to mind without censoring yourself. Emotional check-in. Describe your current emotional state and explore its causes and effects. Gratitude. Journaling. Focus on the things you're grateful for, which can shift your perspective and increase positive emotions. Reflection. Journaling. Reflect on specific events or experiences, analyzing your reactions and identifying lessons learned. Seeking feedback from others. Ask trusted friends, family members, or colleagues for honest feedback about your behavior and how you come across to others. Be open to hearing both positive and negative feedback and use it as an opportunity for growth. Personality assessments. While not a definitive answer, personality assessments, e.g., Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, Enneagram, can provide insights into your personality traits, strengths, and weaknesses. Use these assessments as a starting point for self-exploration, but don't rely on them solely. Body scan meditation. This mindfulness technique involves focusing your attention on different parts of your body, noticing any sensations, tensions, or emotions that arise. This can increase your awareness of the connection between your mind and body. Active listening. Pay close attention to your internal dialogue. What are you telling yourself? Are your thoughts helpful or harmful? Becoming aware of your self-talk is the first step to changing it. Spending time in solitude. Regularly disconnect from external distractions, e.g., social media, television, and spend time alone with your thoughts. This can create space for introspection and self-reflection. Practice emotional labeling. When you experience an emotion, take a moment to identify and name it. This simple act can increase your emotional awareness and help you regulate your responses. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Self-awareness involves recognizing both your strengths and your weaknesses. Embrace your strengths and use them to your advantage. Acknowledge your weaknesses, not as flaws, but as areas for growth and development. Don't be afraid to ask for help or seek support in areas where you struggle. The ongoing journey. Developing self-awareness is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Be patient with yourself and commit to regular practice. The more you cultivate self-awareness, the more empowered you'll become to control your emotions, discipline your mind, and live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Action. Steps. Start a daily mindfulness practice. Dedicate at least 5 to 10 minutes each day to mindfulness meditation. Begin journaling. Choose a journaling approach that resonates with you and commit to writing regularly. Seek feedback. Ask a trusted friend or colleague for honest feedback about your behavior. Reflect on your strengths and weaknesses. Make a list of your strengths and areas where you'd like to improve. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself in the face of shortcomings. Chapter 16. Building self-confidence. Self-confidence. It's that quiet inner knowing, that unshakable belief in your abilities and worth. It's not arrogance or boasting. It's a deep-seated sense of self-assurance that allows you to navigate challenges, pursue your goals, and live authentically. When you possess genuine self-confidence, you're better equipped to control your emotions and maintain a disciplined mind because you trust your own judgment and capabilities. A lack of self-confidence, on the other hand, can fuel anxiety, self-doubt, and emotional reactivity, making it harder to stick to your plans and achieve your full potential. This chapter isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about uncovering the inherent confidence that already exists within you, often buried beneath layers of limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. We'll explore practical strategies to dismantle those barriers and cultivate a stronger, more resilient sense of self. The foundation of self-confidence. Understanding your worth. True self-confidence isn't based on external validation, likes on social media, praise from others, or even achieving specific goals. While those things can provide temporary boosts, lasting self-confidence comes from within. It stems from recognizing your inherent worth as a human being, regardless of your accomplishments or flaws. Consider this: a newborn baby doesn't have to do anything to be worthy of love and care. They are inherently valuable simply by existing. You too possess that same inherent worth, even if you've forgotten it along the way. Building self-confidence starts with reconnecting to this fundamental truth, identifying and challenging limiting beliefs. One of the biggest obstacles to self-confidence is the presence of limiting beliefs. These are deeply ingrained, often subconscious negative assumptions you hold about yourself and your capabilities. They often sound like this: I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy of success, I'll probably fail, so why even try? I'm too old, young, shy, unattractive, etc. I can't control my emotions. I can't build a discipline. These beliefs are often formed in childhood through experiences, criticisms, or societal pressures. They become ingrained patterns of thinking that can significantly impact your emotions, behaviors, and overall self-esteem. The good news is that limiting beliefs are not facts. They are simply stories you've told yourself, and stories can be rewritten. Action. Step. Unearthing your limiting beliefs. Journaling. Spend 15 to 20 minutes free writing about times when you felt a lack of confidence. What thoughts were running through your head? What were you telling yourself? Don't censor yourself, just let the words flow. Identify the patterns. Look for recurring themes or phrases in your journal entries. What are the core beliefs underlying your self-doubt? Challenge the beliefs. For each limiting belief, ask yourself the following questions. Is this belief absolutely true? Is there any evidence to the contrary? Where did this belief come from? Is it based on facts or on someone else's opinion? How is this belief serving me? Is it helping me or holding me back? What would be a more empowering and realistic belief to replace it with? Example, limiting belief. I'm not good enough to get that promotion. Challenge. Is this absolutely true? Have I ever been successful at work? Have I received positive feedback? Likely the answer is yes. Where did this belief come from? Perhaps a past experience of rejection or a critical parent. How is it serving me? It's definitely not serving me. It's preventing me from pursuing my goals. Empowering belief. I have valuable skills and experience, and I'm capable of learning and growing. I deserve to be considered for the promotion, and I'm going to put my best foot forward. The power of positive self-talk. Just as negative self-talk can erode your confidence, positive self-talk can build it up. This isn't about empty affirmations that you don't believe. It's about consciously choosing to focus on your strengths, your accomplishments, and your potential. Action. Step. Cultivating positive self-talk. Replace negatives with positives. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, consciously reframe the thought into something more positive and realistic. Use affirmations mindfully. Choose affirmations that resonate with you and that you can genuinely believe, or at least want to believe. Repeat them regularly, especially when you're feeling down or facing a challenge. Examples: I am capable and competent. I am worthy of love and respect. I am learning and growing every day. I believe in myself and my abilities. I am in control of my emotions. I am developing mental discipline. Focus on your strengths. Make a list of your strengths, talents, and accomplishments, big and small. Refer to this list often, especially when you're feeling self-doubt. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and encouragement that you would offer a good friend. Acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes, and that setbacks are a normal part of life. Stepping outside your comfort zone. Confidence grows through action. The more you challenge yourself and step outside your comfort zone, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling new situations and overcoming obstacles. Action. Step. Embracing discomfort. Identify your comfort zone. What are the things that you avoid because they make you feel anxious or uncomfortable? Start small. Choose one small thing that you can do this week to step outside your comfort zone. It could be something as simple as striking up a conversation with a stranger, trying a new activity, or speaking up in a meeting. Celebrate your successes. Acknowledge and celebrate every time you push yourself, no matter how small the step may seem. This reinforces your belief in your ability to grow and change. Gradually increase the challenge. As you become more comfortable with small challenges, gradually increase the level of difficulty. This builds your confidence incrementally and prevents you from feeling overwhelmed. The connection to emotional control and mental discipline. Building self-confidence is not a separate endeavor from controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind. It's an integral part of the process. When you believe in yourself, you're less likely to be swayed by negative emotions or to give in to impulses that derail your goals. You're more likely to manage stress and anxiety, Self-confident individuals are better equipped to handle stressful situations because they trust their ability to cope. Overcome fear. Confidence allows you to face your fears and take risks rather than being paralyzed by them. Stay motivated. Believing in your ability to achieve your goals fuels your motivation and helps you persevere through challenges. Maintain focus. Self-assurance reduces self-doubt, which can be a major distraction. Build healthy relationships. Confidence allows you to set boundaries, express your needs, and interact with others from a place of strength and self-respect. Self-confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's a skill that you cultivate over time through consistent effort and self-compassion. By challenging your limiting beliefs, practicing positive self-talk, and stepping outside your comfort zone, you can unlock your inherent confidence and create a life filled with greater emotional control, mental discipline, and fulfillment. Chapter 17. The Role of Gratitude. We've journeyed through understanding emotions, building resilience, and disciplining the mind. Now we arrive at a powerful tool that often gets overlooked, yet holds immense potential for transforming our inner landscape. Gratitude. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you, it's a profound shift in perspective that can rewire our brains for greater emotional well-being and a more focused, disciplined life. The benefits of gratitude, more than just good manners. Gratitude goes far beyond polite social etiquette. Research in positive psychology has consistently shown that practicing gratitude has a wide range of benefits, including improved emotional well-being. Gratitude helps us focus on the positive aspects of our lives, reducing feelings of envy, resentment, and frustration. It increases feelings of happiness, contentment, and joy, reduced stress and anxiety. By shifting our attention to what we have rather than what we lack, gratitude helps calm the nervous system and reduces the production of stress hormones like cortisol. Enhanced resilience. Grateful people are better equipped to cope with challenges and setbacks. They tend to have a more optimistic outlook and are more likely to find the silver lining in difficult situations. Improved relationships. Expressing gratitude to others strengthens bonds, fosters connection, and promotes positive interactions. It makes us more appreciative of the people in our lives. Increased self-esteem, focusing on our blessings and accomplishments, helps us recognize our own worth and value. It boosts our confidence and self-respect. Better sleep. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude tend to sleep better and longer. A grateful mind is a more peaceful mind. Greater mental strength. Gratitude cultivates a positive mindset, which is essential for mental discipline. It helps us stay focused on our goals and persevere through challenges. Practicing gratitude daily. Simple yet powerful techniques. The beauty of gratitude is that it's accessible to everyone. It doesn't require any special skills or equipment, just a willingness to shift your focus. Here are some simple yet powerful techniques to incorporate gratitude into your daily life. Gratitude journaling. This is perhaps the most popular and effective gratitude practice. Take a few minutes each day, preferably in the morning or before bed, to write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. Be specific. Instead of writing, "I'm grateful for my family," write, "I'm grateful for my sister's supportive phone call yesterday. It really lifted my spirits." The more specific you are, the more deeply you'll feel the gratitude. Gratitude jar. Find a jar or container and decorate it. Each day, write down something you're grateful for on a small piece of paper and place it in the jar. Over time, you'll accumulate a visual reminder of all the good things in your life. On days when you're feeling down, you can read through the notes to lift your spirits. Gratitude letter. Write a letter to someone you're grateful for, expressing your appreciation in detail. You can either give them the letter or keep it for yourself. The act of writing itself is a powerful way to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude meditation. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Bring to mind someone or something you're grateful for. Allow the feeling of gratitude to fill your heart and mind. Stay with this feeling for a few minutes. Gratitude walks. While taking a walk, consciously look for things to appreciate. It could be the beauty of nature, the kindness of a stranger, or the simple fact that you're able to walk and breathe. Express gratitude to others. Make a conscious effort to express your appreciation to the people in your life. Say, thank you, sincerely and often. Tell people what you appreciate about them. Mental gratitude list. Throughout the day, take mental breaks to list things you're grateful for in your mind. This is a quick and easy way to shift your focus to the positive. Even during busy or stressful moments, gratitude reminders. Set a reminder on your phone that makes you think about things you can be grateful for. Shifting your focus to the positive. A conscious choice. It's important to understand that gratitude isn't about ignoring the negative aspects of life. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect when it's not. Rather, it's about making a conscious choice to focus on the good, even amidst challenges. It's about training your mind to see the blessings, even the small ones, that are always present. When you make gratitude a regular practice, you're essentially rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that strengthen your ability to experience positive emotions and maintain a more optimistic outlook. This in turn supports your efforts to control your emotions and discipline your mind. A grateful mind is a more resilient, focused, and emotionally intelligent mind. Action. Steps. Choose a gratitude practice. Select one or two of the techniques listed above and commit to practicing them daily for at least 1 week. Start small. Don't feel pressured to write a lengthy gratitude list or spend hours meditating. Start with just a few minutes each day and gradually increase the time as you feel comfortable. Be consistent. The key to reaping the benefits of gratitude is consistency. Make it a habit, just like brushing your teeth. Be patient. It takes time to rewire your brain and cultivate a new mindset. Don't get discouraged if you don't feel the effects immediately. Keep practicing, and you'll gradually notice a shift in your perspective. Share your gratitude, express your appreciation to others. Let them know how much they mean to you. By incorporating gratitude into your daily life, you'll not only enhance your emotional well-being, but also strengthen your mental discipline and resilience. It's a simple yet profound practice that can transform your life from the inside out. Chapter 18. Dealing with negative self-talk. We all have an inner voice, that constant stream of thoughts running through our minds. Sometimes this voice is supportive and encouraging, cheering us on and reminding us of our strengths. But often, especially when we're facing challenges or feeling down, that inner voice can turn critical, harsh, and downright destructive. This is negative self-talk, and it's a major obstacle to emotional control and mental discipline. Negative self-talk is like a relentless inner critic, constantly pointing out our flaws, predicting failure, and undermining our confidence. It can take many forms, from subtle whispers of doubt to outright pronouncements of inadequacy. Here are some common examples. I'm not good enough. I'll never be able to do this. I always mess things up. I'm a failure. Nobody likes me. I'm so stupid. I should have done better. What's wrong with me? These thoughts, even if they seem insignificant on their own, can have a powerful cumulative effect. They erode our self-esteem, fuel anxiety and depression, and sabotage our efforts to achieve our goals. Negative self-talk can lead to increased stress and anxiety. Constant self-criticism creates a state of chronic stress, making it difficult to relax and feel at peace. Reduced motivation. When you believe you're incapable or destined to fail, you're less likely to put in the effort required to succeed. Impaired performance. Negative self-talk can interfere with your focus and concentration, leading to mistakes and reinforcing your negative beliefs. Damaged relationships. Low self-esteem can make it difficult to form healthy relationships, as you may constantly seek validation or push people away. Self-sabotaging behavior. You might unconsciously act in ways that confirm your negative beliefs, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The impact of negative self-talk on emotional control and mental discipline. Negative self-talk directly undermines both emotional control and mental discipline. It fuels emotional dysregulation by triggering negative emotions like sadness, anger, and fear. It weakens mental discipline by draining your willpower and making it harder to resist impulses or stay focused on your goals. Imagine trying to stick to a healthy diet while your inner voice is constantly telling you, "You have no willpower," or "You're going to fail anyway, so you might as well have that extra piece of cake." Or picture yourself trying to prepare for an important presentation while your inner critic is whispering, "You're going to embarrass yourself," or "Nobody cares what you have to say." Identifying your negative self-talk. The first step to overcoming negative self-talk is to become aware of it. This can be challenging because these thoughts are often automatic and ingrained. Here are some techniques to help you identify your negative self-talk. Pay attention. Start paying close attention to your thoughts throughout the day. Notice when you're feeling down, anxious, or discouraged, and try to identify the specific thoughts that are contributing to those feelings. Keep a thought journal. Write down your negative thoughts as they occur. This can help you see patterns and identify common themes. Listen for should and must statements. These words often indicate unrealistic expectations and self-imposed pressure. For example, "I should be perfect," or "I must always succeed." Notice all or nothing thinking. This involves seeing things in black and white with no room for shades of grey. For example, "If I'm not perfect, I'm a failure." Look for overgeneralizations. This involves drawing broad conclusions based on a single event. For example, "I failed this test, so I'm bad at everything." Identify catastrophizing. This involves imagining the worst-case scenario and dwelling on it. For example, "If I make a mistake, I'll lose my job and end up homeless." Mindfulness practice. Practice being mindful your thought as they come. Challenging negative thoughts. Once you've identified your negative thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. This doesn't mean simply trying to suppress them or replace them with positive affirmations, although that can be helpful, as we'll discuss later. It means questioning their validity and looking for evidence that contradicts them. Here's a simple but powerful technique for challenging negative thoughts. Identify the negative thought. Write down the specific thought that's bothering you. Ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? In most cases, the answer will be no. Negative self-talk is often based on exaggerations, distortions, and assumptions. Look for evidence that contradicts the thought. Think of times when you've succeeded, when you've overcome challenges, or when you've received positive feedback. Reframe the thought. Rewrite the thought in a more balanced, realistic, and compassionate way. Example: negative thought, "I'm a failure because I didn't get the promotion." Is it 100% true? No, not getting. One promotion doesn't make me a failure. Evidence to the contrary. I've received positive performance reviews in the past. I've successfully completed many projects. I've learned valuable skills from this experience. Reframe thought. I'm disappointed that I didn't get the promotion, but it doesn't define me as a failure. I'll learn from this experience and continue to work towards my goals. Replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. While challenging negative thoughts is crucial, it's also helpful to cultivate a more positive inner voice. This is where positive affirmations come in. Affirmations are short, positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly to reinforce positive beliefs and counter negative self-talk. Effective affirmations should be positive. Focus on what you want to be, rather than what you don't want to be. Present tense. Phrase them as if they are already true. Personal. Use I statements and make them specific to your goals and values. Believable. Start with affirmations that you can genuinely believe, even if you don't fully believe them yet. Examples of positive affirmations. I am capable and competent. I am worthy of love and respect. I am learning and growing every day. I am strong and resilient. I trust my abilities. I am confident in my ability to handle challenges. I am in control of my emotions. I am building a disciplined and focused mind. Repeat your affirmations several times a day, especially when you notice negative self-talk creeping in. You can say them aloud, write them down, or simply repeat them silently in your mind. Developing a more compassionate inner voice. Ultimately, the goal is not just to replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations, but to develop a more compassionate and understanding inner voice. This means treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and encouragement that you would offer a close friend. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, try saying something like, "It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. I'll learn from this and do better next time." When you're feeling down, instead of telling yourself to snap out of it, acknowledge your feelings and offer yourself comfort and support. Practice, practice, practice. Changing your inner dialogue is a process that takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and don't get discouraged if you slip up and fall back into negative self-talk. The key is to keep practicing, to keep challenging those negative thoughts, and to keep cultivating a more positive and compassionate inner voice. Over time, you'll find that your negative self-talk becomes less frequent and less powerful, and your emotional control and mental discipline will grow stronger. Actionable steps. Start a thought journal. Begin tracking your negative thoughts and the situations that trigger them. Challenge your thoughts. Use the 4-step technique to question and reframe your negative thoughts. Create positive affirmations. Develop a set of affirmations that resonate with you and repeat them regularly. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Be patient and persistent. Remember that changing your inner dialogue is a journey, not a destination. Chapter 19. Managing Anger and Frustration. Anger and frustration are natural human emotions. They're signals, often telling us that something isn't right. A boundary has been crossed, a need isn't being met, or an expectation hasn't been fulfilled. While these emotions themselves aren't inherently bad, uncontrolled anger and frustration can be incredibly destructive, damaging relationships, hindering productivity, and negatively impacting our physical and mental well-being. This chapter will equip you with the tools and understanding to manage these powerful emotions effectively, transforming them from potential liabilities into opportunities for growth and self-awareness. Understanding the roots of anger and frustration. Before we can manage anger and frustration, we need to understand where they come from. While the specific triggers vary from person to person, some common sources include unmet needs. Feeling unheard, unsupported, unappreciated, or disrespected can fuel anger. Blocked goals, obstacles, setbacks, and delays in achieving our goals can lead to frustration, perceived injustice, feeling treated unfairly, cheated or wronged often triggers anger, threat to self-esteem. Criticism, insults, or situations that make us feel inadequate can provoke anger. Physical discomfort, pain, fatigue, hunger, or illness can lower our tolerance and increase irritability, stress, and overwhelm. When we're already under pressure, even minor annoyances can trigger disproportionate anger. Learned behavior. We may have learned to express anger in unhealthy ways from our family or environment. Underlying mental issues, depression, bipolar disorder, intermittent explosive disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's crucial to recognize that anger is often a secondary emotion. It's a surface reaction masking deeper, more vulnerable feelings like hurt, fear, sadness, or shame. For example, yelling at a colleague might be a manifestation of underlying fear about job security, or snapping at a loved one could be rooted in feelings of loneliness and disconnection. Healthy versus unhealthy anger expression. The key distinction lies not in feeling anger, but in how we express it. Unhealthy anger expression often involves aggression, physical or verbal violence, threats, intimidation. Passive aggression, indirect expressions of anger such as sarcasm, the silent treatment or subtle sabotage. Suppression, bottling up anger, leading to resentment, physical symptoms, e.g. headaches, high blood pressure, and emotional outbursts later on. Displacement, taking out anger on someone or something unrelated to the original trigger, e.g. yelling at your child after a bad day at work. Healthy anger expression, on the other hand, focuses on assertiveness, clearly and respectfully communicating your needs and boundaries without aggression. Problem solving, addressing the root cause of the anger constructively. Emotional regulation, managing the intensity of the anger in a healthy way. Self-awareness, understanding your triggers and patterns. Empathy, considering the perspectives of others involved. Practical anger management techniques. Here are several evidence-based techniques to help you manage anger and frustration effectively. Recognize the early warning signs. Pay attention to the physical and emotional cues that signal rising anger. These might include increased heart rate, muscle tension, clenched fists, jaw, rapid breathing, flushed face, irritability, restlessness, intrusive thoughts. Learning to identify these early signs gives you a window of opportunity to intervene before the anger escalates. Take a time out. When you feel your anger rising, physically remove yourself from the situation if possible. This gives you time to cool down and regain control. Even a few minutes can make a significant difference. Say something like, "I need a few minutes to collect myself. I'll be back." Practice deep breathing. Slow, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight or flight response triggered by anger. Try this simple technique. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. Repeat for several minutes. Engage in physical activity. Exercise is a powerful stress reliever and can help burn off excess energy associated with anger. Go for a walk, run, do some yoga, or engage in any physical activity you enjoy. Use cognitive reframing. Challenge the thoughts that are fueling your anger. Ask yourself, is this situation really as bad as I'm making it out to be? Is there another way to interpret this situation? Am I making assumptions? What's the evidence for and against my thoughts? What would I tell a friend in this situation? Practice mindfulness. Bring your attention to the present moment without judgment. Observe your thoughts and feelings without getting carried away by them. This can help you detach from the intensity of the anger. Communicate assertively when calm. Once you've calmed down, express your needs and concerns clearly and respectfully. Use I statements to communicate your feelings without blaming or attacking the other person. For example, instead of saying, "You always make me angry," say, "I feel angry when." Develop problem-solving skills. If the anger stems from a recurring problem, focus on finding solutions. Brainstorm options, consider the consequences, and choose the best course of action. Practice relaxation techniques. Regularly engage in activities that promote relaxation, such as meditation, yoga, listening to calming music, or spending time in nature. Seek professional help. If your anger is frequent, intense, or significantly impacting your life, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. They can provide you with personalized support and guidance, developing patience and tolerance. Anger and frustration are often fueled by impatience and intolerance. Cultivating these qualities is a crucial part of long-term anger management. Practice empathy. Try to understand the perspectives and motivations of others, even when you disagree with them. Challenge your expectations. Recognize that things won't always go your way, and that's okay. Focus on what you can control. Let go of the need to control everything and everyone around you. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can help shift your perspective and reduce frustration. Develop a sense of humor. Learn to laugh at yourself and the absurdities of life. Conflict resolution skills. Many situations that trigger anger involve conflict with others. Developing effective conflict resolution skills is essential. Active listening. Pay attention to what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Stay calm. Avoid raising your voice or getting defensive. Find common ground. Look for areas of agreement. Compromise. Be willing to give and take. Focus on solutions, not blame. Work together to find a resolution that meets everyone's needs. Managing anger and frustration is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. It requires self-awareness, practice, and a commitment to personal growth. By consistently applying the techniques outlined in this chapter, you can learn to transform these powerful emotions into opportunities for positive change, leading to healthier relationships, greater productivity, and a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Chapter 20. Overcoming fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety are universal human experiences. They're natural responses to perceived threats, designed to protect us from danger. However, when fear and anxiety become excessive, chronic, or disproportionate to the situation, they can significantly interfere with our lives, hindering our ability to function, make decisions, and enjoy everyday experiences. This chapter provides practical strategies and techniques to help you understand, manage, and ultimately overcome fear and anxiety, empowering you to regain control and live a more fulfilling life. Understanding fear and anxiety. Before we dive into the solutions, it's crucial to understand the difference between fear and anxiety and how they manifest in our bodies and minds. Fear. Fear is an emotional response to an immediate threat. It's a primal survival mechanism that triggers the fight or flight response, preparing us to either confront the danger or escape from it. Think of encountering a growling dog. Your fear is immediate and directly related to the present threat. Anxiety. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an anticipated threat or something with an uncertain outcome. It's often future-oriented and can involve a sense of dread or apprehension about things that might happen. Think of worrying about an upcoming exam or a job interview. Both fear and anxiety activate the sympathetic nervous system, leading to a cascade of physiological changes, increased heart rate and breathing. Your body prepares for action. Muscle tension. You become physically tense and ready to react. Sweating. Your body cools itself down in anticipation of exertion. Tunnel vision. Your focus narrows on the perceived threat, digestive issues. Blood flow is diverted away from the digestive system. Difficulty concentrating. Your mind races, making it hard to focus on anything other than the perceived threat. While these responses are helpful in genuine danger, they can become problematic when triggered by non-threatening situations or imagined threats. Chronic anxiety can lead to a constant state of hypervigilance, making it difficult to relax and enjoy life. The fight or flight or freeze response. The fight or flight response is a well-known concept, but it's important to acknowledge that there's often a third component: freeze, fight, confronting the perceived threat head-on. Flight, escaping from the perceived threat. Freeze, becoming immobilized or playing dead in the face of overwhelming danger. This can manifest as feeling paralyzed, unable to think clearly, or dissociating from the situation. Understanding your typical response pattern, fight, flight, or freeze, can help you develop more effective coping strategies. Techniques to manage anxiety. Here are several evidence-based techniques to help you manage and reduce anxiety. Breathing exercises. One of the most immediate and effective ways to calm anxiety is through controlled breathing. Deep diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, counteracting the fight or flight response. Box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Repeat 4, 7, 8. Breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. Repeat. Diaphragmatic breathing. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Inhale deeply, feeling your abdomen rise more than your chest. Exhale slowly. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness practices, as discussed in Chapter 3, are incredibly powerful for managing anxiety. By focusing on the present moment, you can interrupt the cycle of anxious thoughts and reduce the intensity of your emotional response. Regular meditation can train your mind to be less reactive to stress and anxiety. Even 5 to 10 minutes of daily practice can make a significant difference. Progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. PMR involves systematically tensing and releasing different muscle groups in your body. This helps you become more aware of physical tension associated with anxiety and learn to consciously release it. Start with your toes and work your way up to your head, tensing each muscle group for 5 to 10 seconds, then releasing for 20-30 seconds. Cognitive reframing. As we learned in Chapter 4, our thoughts have a profound impact on our emotions. Cognitive reframing involves identifying and challenging negative or anxious thoughts, replacing them with more realistic and balanced perspectives. Identify the anxious thought. What are you worried about? Challenge the thought. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Is it helpful? Is there another way to look at the situation? Reframe the thought. Develop a more balanced and realistic thought. Grounding techniques. When anxiety feels overwhelming, grounding techniques can help you reconnect with the present moment and reduce feelings of dissociation or panic. 4, 3, 2, 1. Method. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Physical grounding. Focus on the feeling of your feet on the ground, your body in the chair, or the texture of an object you're holding. Facing your fears. Gradually, exposure therapy. One of the most effective long-term strategies for overcoming fear and anxiety is exposure therapy. This involves gradually and systematically exposing yourself to the feared situation or object in a safe and controlled environment. The goal is to desensitize yourself to the trigger and learn that the feared outcome is unlikely to occur. Create a fear hierarchy. List your fears, starting with the least anxiety-provoking and ending with the most anxiety-provoking. Start small. Begin with the least anxiety-provoking item on your list. Gradual exposure. Repeatedly expose yourself to the feared situation, staying in the situation until your anxiety begins to subside. Practice regularly. Consistent practice is key to success. Work with a therapist. For significant phobias or anxiety disorders, it's highly recommended to work with a qualified therapist who can guide you through the exposure process safely and effectively. Seeking professional help when needed. While the techniques described in this chapter can be incredibly helpful, it's important to recognize when professional help is needed. If your fear or anxiety is significantly interfering with your daily life, causing intense distress, leading to avoidance behaviors that limit your activities, accompanied by panic attacks, persistent despite your self-help efforts, then it's time to seek professional help. A therapist or psychiatrist can provide a proper diagnosis and develop a personalized treatment plan, which may include therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy or exposure therapy, medication, or a combination of both. Don't hesitate to reach out for support. There's no shame in seeking help, and it can make a profound difference in your well-being. Remember, taking control of your mental health is a sign of strength, not weakness. Moving forward, overcoming fear and anxiety is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your progress, and remember that setbacks are a normal part of the process. By consistently practicing the techniques outlined in this chapter and seeking professional support when needed, you can develop the skills and resilience to manage your fear and anxiety, reclaim your life, and live with greater freedom and confidence. Chapter 21. Building Healthy Relationships. The quality of our relationships profoundly impacts our emotional well-being and mental state. Healthy relationships provide support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging, all of which contribute to our ability to control our emotions and maintain mental discipline. Conversely, unhealthy relationships can be a major source of stress, anxiety, and emotional turmoil, making it significantly harder to regulate our feelings and stay focused. This chapter explores how to cultivate and maintain healthy relationships. Using the principles of emotional intelligence and mental discipline we've explored throughout this book. The foundation: emotional intelligence in relationships. Emotional intelligence isn't just about managing your emotions, it's also about understanding and responding to the emotions of others. This is the cornerstone of healthy relationships. Key aspects include empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. This goes beyond simply recognizing someone is sad or happy. It's about truly stepping into their shoes and feeling with them. Practice active listening, discussed below, and ask clarifying questions to deepen your understanding. Social skills, effective communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to build rapport are crucial. This involves being aware of your own communication style and how it impacts others. Are you assertive, passive, or aggressive? Do you listen more than you talk? Self-awareness, applied to relationships. Understanding your own emotional triggers and how they manifest in your interactions with others. Do you tend to get defensive easily? Do you withdraw when you're feeling hurt? Knowing your patterns allows you to manage them proactively. Self-regulation, in interactions. Managing your emotional responses in the moment. This means taking a pause before reacting impulsively, choosing your words carefully, and responding rather than reacting. It's about controlling your emotions, even when provoked. Practical strategies for building healthy relationships. Active listening. This is more than just hearing words. It's about truly understanding the other person's perspective. Give your full attention, put away distractions, phones, etc., and make eye contact. Show you're listening. Use nonverbal cues like nodding and saying, "Uh-huh." Reflect back what you hear. So it sounds like you're feeling. To ensure you understand, ask clarifying questions. Can you tell me more about? To show genuine interest. Avoid interrupting. Let the other person finish their thoughts before you speak. Don't judge. Listen with an open mind, even if you disagree. Empathize. Try to understand their feelings, even if you wouldn't react the same. Effective communication. Clear, honest, and respectful communication is essential. Use I statements. Instead of saying, "you always," say, "I feel when." This avoids blaming and defensiveness. Be specific. Avoid vague language. Clearly express your needs and feelings. Be honest, but kind. Honesty is crucial, but deliver your message with empathy and respect. Choose the right time and place. Don't try to have a serious conversation when you're rushed or stressed. Be mindful of your body language. Your non-verbal cues can speak louder than your words. Be open and vulnerable. Practice to open up and share emotions to help deepen relationships. Setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional well-being and maintaining your mental discipline. Identify your limits. What are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? Communicate your boundaries clearly. Be direct and assertive, but also respectful. Be consistent. Enforce your boundaries consistently. Don't give in sometimes and not others. Don't feel guilty. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's necessary for healthy relationships. Respect the boundaries of others. Boundaries are a two-way street. Conflict. Resolution. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. The key is to handle them constructively. Stay calm. Take a deep breath and try to control your emotions. Listen to the other person's perspective. Try to understand their point of view, even if you disagree. Focus on the issue, not the person. Avoid personal attacks and name-calling. Find common ground. Look for areas where you can agree. Compromise. Be willing to give and take. Know when to walk away. If the conversation becomes too heated, take a break and come back to it later. Forgive. Forgive and forget. It is really hard to practice forgiveness. Regular check-ins. Don't wait for problems to arise. Make time for regular, open communication. Schedule regular date nights or quality time. Even if it's just for 30 minutes a week, make time to connect. Ask open-ended questions. How are you feeling about our relationship? Is there anything you'd like to talk about? Express appreciation. Let the other person know you value them. Be present. Put away distractions and give your full attention. Cultivating shared interests and activities. Having shared hobbies or interests creates bonding, supporting each other. Goals. Support each other helps to strengthen relationships. Mental discipline and relationships. Mental discipline plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy relationships. It allows you to stay committed. Relationships require effort and commitment, even when things are challenging. Prioritize the relationship. Make time for the important people in your life, even when you're busy. Resist distractions. Focus on your partner when you're with them, rather than being constantly distracted by your phone or other things. Overcome challenges. Mental discipline helps you persevere through difficult times. Maintain healthy habits, practicing self-care, managing stress, and getting enough sleep. All contribute to your ability to be a good partner. Building and maintaining healthy relationships is an ongoing process. It requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to grow and learn. By applying the principles of emotional intelligence and mental discipline, you can create strong, supportive relationships that enrich your life and contribute to your overall well-being. Remember, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. By mastering your emotions and disciplining your mind, you'll be better equipped to build healthy and fulfilling connections with others. Chapter 22. The importance of forgiveness, releasing the past, embracing the future. Forgiveness. It's a word that often evokes mixed emotions. We might associate it with weakness, with letting someone off the hook, or with condoning hurtful behavior. But true forgiveness, the kind that empowers you to move forward with emotional freedom and a disciplined mind, is none of those things. It's a powerful act of self-care, a crucial step in mastering your inner world, and a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. This chapter isn't about forgetting what happened or pretending that pain didn't exist. It's about consciously choosing to release the grip that resentment, anger, and bitterness have on your life. It's about understanding that holding on to those negative emotions ultimately harms you far more than it harms the person who caused the pain. Forgiveness is, at its core, a gift you give yourself. The benefits of forgiveness for yourself and others. Forgiveness isn't just a nice idea, it's backed by research. Studies have shown that practicing forgiveness can lead to reduced stress and anxiety. Holding on to anger and resentment keeps your body in a state of chronic stress, releasing cortisol and other stress hormones that negatively impact your physical and mental health. Forgiveness allows you to release that stress, promoting relaxation and well-being, improved mental health. Forgiveness is linked to lower rates of depression, anxiety disorders, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. It helps you break free from the cycle of rumination and negative thinking that often accompanies unresolved hurt. Stronger relationships. While forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation, it can pave the way for healthier relationships. By releasing your own anger and bitterness, you create space for empathy, understanding, and potentially healing. Increased emotional resilience. Forgiveness strengthens your ability to cope with difficult emotions and bounce back from setbacks. It teaches you that you have the power to choose your response to challenging situations. Greater self-compassion. Forgiveness often starts with self-forgiveness. Recognizing your own imperfections and accepting your past mistakes allows you to extend that same compassion to others. Improved physical health. Studies have even shown a link between forgiveness and improved cardiovascular health, lower blood pressure, and a stronger immune system. The process of forgiveness, a journey, not a destination. Forgiveness is rarely a one-time event. It's a process, a journey that unfolds over time. It's okay if it takes time, and it's okay to experience setbacks along the way. There's no right or wrong way to forgive, but here are some steps that can guide you. Acknowledge your pain. The first step is to honestly acknowledge the hurt, anger, and other emotions you're feeling. Don't try to minimize or deny your pain. Allow yourself to feel it fully, without judgment. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend or therapist, or engaging in creative expression can be helpful ways to process your emotions. Understand the impact. Reflect on how holding on to the resentment is affecting your life. Is it impacting your relationships, your work, your overall well-being? Recognizing the negative consequences of unforgiveness can motivate you to move forward. Make a conscious decision. Forgiveness is a choice. Make a conscious decision to let go of the anger and resentment. This doesn't mean you're condoning the behavior. It means you're choosing to free yourself from its grip. Seek understanding, not excuses. Try to understand the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with their actions. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but it can help you develop empathy and compassion. Remember, everyone is carrying their own burdens and struggles. Practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to imagine what might have led them to act in the way they did. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you see them as a human being, flawed and imperfect, just like yourself. Release the need for revenge. The desire for revenge is a natural human response to being hurt, but holding on to that desire only keeps you trapped in a cycle of negativity. Choose to release the need for revenge and focus on your own healing. Practice self-forgiveness. Often, we're harder on ourselves than we are on others. If you're holding on to guilt or shame about your own past mistakes, practice self-forgiveness. Recognize that you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Learn from your mistakes and move forward. Focus on the present. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the past so you can live fully in the present. Focus on the things you can control and let go of the things you can't. Practice gratitude. Shifting your focus to the positive aspects of your life can help you release negativity and cultivate a more forgiving mindset. Seek professional help if needed. If you're struggling to forgive, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can provide support and guidance as you navigate the process. Letting go of resentment and bitterness. Moving forward. Resentment and bitterness are like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. They drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and prevent you from experiencing joy and peace. Letting go of these emotions is essential for your emotional and mental well-being. Forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is not about condoning. It is a choice. It is about freedom, self-forgiveness, the foundation of forgiveness. Before you can truly forgive others, you must learn to forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets. Holding on to guilt and shame only keeps you stuck in the past. Practice self-compassion. Recognize that you're human and that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Actionable steps. Identify a situation. Think of a situation where you're holding on to resentment or anger towards someone or yourself. Journaling exercise. Write about the situation, your feelings, and the impact it's having on your life. Practice of forgiveness. Meditation. There are many guided meditations available online that can help you cultivate forgiveness. Write a letter, but don't send it. Write a letter to the person you need to forgive, or to yourself. Express your feelings honestly, but don't send the letter. This is for your own healing process. Repeat affirmations. Use affirmations like, I choose to forgive and release the past, or I am worthy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a journey, a process of letting go and moving forward. It's a gift you give yourself, a path to emotional freedom and a more disciplined, fulfilling life. Embrace the power of forgiveness and unlock the potential for healing and growth within you. Chapter 23. Living a Purposeful Life. The journey to emotional mastery and mental fortitude isn't just about managing your internal state. It's about directing that newfound control and discipline towards something meaningful. A purposeful life provides direction, motivation, and a deep sense of fulfillment that transcends fleeting emotions and daily distractions. It's the why behind all the hows you've learned throughout this book. Living with purpose anchors you, providing resilience in the face of challenges and a profound sense of satisfaction. This chapter isn't about finding some grand, singular purpose that defines your entire existence. It's about cultivating purpose in your everyday life, connecting your actions to your values, and contributing to something larger than yourself. It's a process of continuous discovery and refinement. Discovering your values. Your values are the fundamental principles that guide your decisions and shape your behavior. They are the bedrock of your personal compass. Without a clear understanding of your values, it's difficult to live a life that feels authentic and purposeful. Ask yourself, what truly matters to you? Think beyond material possessions. Consider concepts like honesty, compassion, creativity, justice, learning, growth, connection, freedom, security, etc. When do you feel most alive and engaged? What activities or situations bring you a sense of joy, satisfaction, or flow? What injustices or problems in the world make you feel strongly? This can reveal underlying values related to fairness, equality, or making a difference. Who do you admire and why? The qualities you admire in others often reflect your own deeply held values. If you could leave one lasting impact on the world, what would it be? This thought experiment can reveal your core values related to legacy and contribution. Write down your top 5-7 core values. These aren't set in stone. They can evolve over time. The key is to become conscious of them. Identifying your passions. Passions are the activities and interests that ignite your enthusiasm and make you feel energized. They're often, but not always, connected to your values. While values are the principles, passions are the expressions of those principles. What do you enjoy doing, even when you're not being paid or rewarded for it? This is a strong indicator of a genuine passion. What topics could you talk about for hours? What areas of knowledge or skill do you naturally gravitate towards? What activities make you lose track of time? This flow state is often associated with passionate engagement. What did you love to do as a child? Sometimes childhood passions can be rekindled or adapted into adult pursuits. What are you curious about? Curiosity is the fuel of passion. Follow your curiosity even if it seems unrelated to your current life path. Don't worry if your passions seem impractical or unrealistic. The goal here is to identify what genuinely excites you. You can find ways to integrate those passions into your life, even in small ways. Setting meaningful goals. Once you have a clearer understanding of your values and passions, you can start setting goals that align with them. These goals should be value-driven. Each goal should directly reflect one or more of your core values. Passion. Fueled. The goals should be connected to activities or areas that genuinely excite you. Impact-oriented. Consider how your goals can contribute to something larger than yourself. This doesn't have to be grand. It could be as simple as helping a friend, volunteering in your community, or creating something beautiful. SMART. As discussed in Chapter 7, your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if one of your core values is compassion, and you have a passion for animals, a meaningful goal might be to volunteer at a local animal shelter for 2 hours per week. SMART. This goal is value-driven, passion-fueled, and impact-oriented. 4. Living in alignment with your values. This is where the rubber meets the road. Living a purposeful life requires consistent action in alignment with your values and goals. This is where the emotional control and mental discipline you've cultivated become essential. Make conscious choices. Every day you make countless choices. Ask yourself, does this choice align with my values? This simple question can help you make decisions that support your purpose. Prioritize your time. Allocate your time and energy to activities that are aligned with your values and goals. This may mean saying no to things that are not aligned, even if they seem appealing in the short term. Practice self-reflection. Regularly check in with yourself. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are your goals still meaningful to you? Are you making progress? Embrace imperfection. You won't always make the perfect choice. There will be times when you fall short of your goals. That's okay. The key is to learn from your mistakes, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. This reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated. Making a contribution to the world. Purpose often involves contributing to something larger than yourself. This could be your family and friends, being a supportive and loving presence in the lives of those you care about. Your community, volunteering your time, donating to a cause you believe in, or simply being a good neighbor. Your profession, finding ways to use your skills and talents to make a positive impact in your work. The world, addressing global issues that resonate with you, such as environmental protection, social justice, or human rights. The scale of your contribution doesn't matter as much as the intention behind it. Even small acts of kindness and service can create a ripple effect of positive change. Action, steps, values, clarification. Exercise, complete the values exercise outlined above. Passion, exploration, brainstorm a list of your passions. Goal setting, set 1-3 SMART goals that align with your values and passions. Alignment check. At the end of each day, reflect on whether your actions were aligned with your values. Contribution plan. Identify one way you can contribute to something larger than yourself this week. Living a purposeful life is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It's about continuously aligning your actions with your values, pursuing your passions, and making a positive contribution to the world. By integrating emotional control and mental discipline into this process, you can create a life that is both deeply fulfilling and profoundly meaningful. Chapter 24. Maintaining Your Progress, the Lifelong Journey. Throughout this book, you've embarked on a transformative journey. You've learned to understand and regulate your emotions, build mental discipline, cultivate inner strength, and navigate the complexities of life with greater awareness and resilience. You've implemented practical strategies, developed new habits, and shifted your mindset. You've likely seen significant positive changes in your life, from improved relationships and increased productivity to a greater sense of inner peace and well-being. But the journey doesn't end here. Emotional mastery and mental fortitude are not destinations, they are ongoing processes. Maintaining your progress requires conscious effort, commitment, and a willingness to adapt and grow throughout your life. This chapter provides the roadmap for that lifelong journey. Long-term strategies for sustained growth. The key to long-term success lies in integrating the principles and practices you've learned into the fabric of your daily life. Here are some essential strategies. Continued practice. Like any skill, emotional control and mental discipline require consistent practice. Don't abandon the techniques that have served you well. Continue to practice mindfulness, cognitive reframing, time management, and other strategies you've found effective. Make them a regular part of your routine, even when you feel you're doing well. Think of it like physical fitness. You wouldn't stop exercising just because you've reached your fitness goals. Regular self-reflection. Dedicate time for regular self-reflection. This could be through journaling, meditation, or simply taking quiet time to think. Ask yourself, how am I feeling emotionally? Am I effectively managing my thoughts and reactions? Am I staying focused on my goals and priorities? Am I living in alignment with my values? What areas need more attention or adjustment? What am I grateful for? How I'm using my time? Honest self-assessment is crucial for identifying areas where you might be slipping or where you can further improve. Adapt and adjust. Life is constantly changing, and so are you. What worked for you 6 months ago might not be as effective today. Be flexible and willing to adapt your strategies as needed. Experiment with new techniques, refine your existing practices, and be open to learning from new experiences. Don't be afraid to try different approaches until you find what works best for you in the present moment. Seek support and accountability. Don't be afraid to seek support from others. This could be a therapist, coach, mentor, friend, family member, or support group. Having someone to talk to, share your challenges with, and celebrate your successes can make a significant difference. Consider finding an accountability partner, someone who is also committed to self-improvement to help you stay on track. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Life will inevitably throw curveballs your way. Setbacks, challenges, and difficult emotions are unavoidable. Instead of viewing these as failures, see them as opportunities for growth. Apply the skills you've learned to navigate these challenges with resilience and learn from them. Each obstacle you overcome strengthens your emotional and mental muscles. Prioritize self-care. Maintaining your progress requires taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, exercise, relaxation, and activities that bring you joy. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential for maintaining your energy, focus, and emotional balance. Celebrate your wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress no matter how small. Recognizing your accomplishments reinforces positive behavior and motivates you to continue on your journey. Keep a success journal, reward yourself for reaching milestones, and share your achievements with others. Continued learning. The field of personal development is constantly evolving. Commit to lifelong learning by reading books, listening to podcasts, attending workshops, or taking courses related to emotional intelligence, mental discipline, and personal growth. Stay curious and open to new ideas and perspectives. Be patient and kind to yourself. Remember the journey to emotional mastery and mental fortitude is a lifelong journey, not race. There is going to be some ups and downs. The most important thing to be is patient and kind to yourself. The ongoing journey, emotional mastery and mental discipline are not about achieving perfection. They are about cultivating a deeper understanding of yourself, developing the skills to navigate life's challenges effectively, and living a more fulfilling and purposeful life. It's a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. Embrace the journey with open arms, celebrate your progress, and remember that you have the power to control your emotions, discipline your mind, and create the life you desire. The tools and strategies you've learned in this book are your companions on this path. Use them wisely, and you will continue to grow stronger, more resilient, and more empowered with each passing day. Conclusion. Your journey to emotional mastery and mental fortitude. You've arrived at the final pages of this guide, but the truth is, this is not an ending. It's a milestone on a lifelong journey. Your journey to emotional mastery and mental fortitude. The principles and practices you've discovered within these chapters are not merely theoretical concepts. They are practical tools, a powerful arsenal to equip you for navigating the inevitable ups and downs of life with greater awareness, resilience, and purpose. Throughout this book, we've explored the intricate landscape of the human experience, the nature of emotions, the science of mental discipline, the power of self-awareness, and the transformative potential of practices like mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and gratitude. You've learned how to identify your triggers, challenge limiting beliefs, build healthy habits, manage stress, cultivate a growth mindset, and forge meaningful connections with others. You've delved into the importance of sleep, nutrition, and the often overlooked power of forgiveness. Most importantly, you've taken action. You've started journals, practiced breathing exercises, set goals, and perhaps even stepped outside your comfort zone in ways you never thought possible. You've begun the vital work of rewiring your brain, strengthening your inner resilience, and consciously shaping your responses to the world around you. Celebrate that progress. Acknowledge the effort you've invested in yourself. Remember, this is not about achieving some unattainable state of perfection. It's not about suppressing your emotions or becoming an unfeeling automaton. It's about cultivating the ability to respond rather than react, to choose your actions consciously rather than being driven by impulses or ingrained patterns. It's about developing the inner strength to face challenges with courage, to learn from setbacks, and to live a life aligned with your values and aspirations. The path ahead will not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and perhaps even the temptation to revert to old habits. This is perfectly normal. The key is to approach these moments with self-compassion, understanding, and the unwavering belief in your capacity for growth. Remember the growth mindset you've cultivated. Setbacks are not failures, they are opportunities for learning and refinement. As you continue on this journey, keep these core principles close at hand. Practice is paramount. Emotional mastery and mental discipline are skills, and like any skill, they require consistent practice. Make mindfulness, self-reflection, and healthy habits a non-negotiable part of your daily life. Self-awareness is your compass. Continuously cultivate your understanding of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This inner awareness is your guide, illuminating your path and empowering you to make conscious choices. Resilience is your strength. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Learn from your mistakes, adapt your strategies, and never give up on your commitment to self-improvement. Purpose is your fuel. Connect your actions to your values and aspirations. Living a purposeful life provides the motivation and direction to navigate life's complexities with intention and meaning. Forgiveness is your freedom. Release the grip of resentment and bitterness, both towards yourself and others. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, liberating you from the past and opening the door to a brighter future. Gratitude is your anchor. Cultivate an attitude of appreciation for the good in your life. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reduces stress, and strengthens your resilience. Kindness and patience. Always be kind and patient to yourself. The power to control your emotions and discipline your mind resides within you. It's not a destination to be reached, but a continuous unfolding, a lifelong dance between awareness, action, and growth. Embrace this journey with courage, curiosity, and a deep commitment to living a life of purpose, resilience, and profound fulfillment. The world needs your unique gifts, your strength, and your compassionate presence. Go forth and live them fully. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Audiobooks LOA. We hope this book has served as a valuable companion, empowering you to create a life of greater emotional well-being and mental fortitude. Thanks for listening to or reading this from Audiobooks LOA.